Yeah, the game audio keeps getting quiet, so it's also copyright, so you gotta be careful about that. And streamer mode just turns off music in general, except when it doesn't. So I don't know what's going on there. That's like there's a lot of. I really like this game, but man, the seams that show on it in so many ways. The seams of this game, it's just like ready to burst. It's probably what part of the crashes are, but it's not. It's definitely not the worst I've experienced from games in multiple ways. So. And a lot of times the team is trying to take a lot of the feedback. As much as I might even have gripes with the balancing of this, it does seem like they listen to like the user base as a whole, and then they actually try to implement that based also on the what they're seeing with statistics and stuff too. They like monitor win rates and stuff too, and try to say, oh, okay, does this correspond to that? And so it definitely seems like they are actually doing that. Like whenever they release a change, it's still trying to keep the whole of the community in mind. I know at the end of the beta, people kept saying like they're not listening to the community when they do these changes. And my main thing was no, they have been. This is what a lot of people are complaining about. But what it sounds like is they're not listening to you specifically, and also maybe you're not listening to the community either. So, yeah. That was a lot of what it felt like Multiversus was, like very isolated comments on things and people just expecting them to listen to them specifically, and when they didn't, they're like, oh, obviously nobody wants this. Like, no, you don't want this, most people do. Anyways, I don't need to get on that tangent too much. Let's get to them patch notes. It's only on the Discord right now, like I was saying earlier. It is huge. This is just alright. Season 3 begins. There's a new should I turn that? I think the audio is fine there. Let me know if I should change my audio. Yeah, let me know what. You know what? I'm gonna pin this. I change my setup again and maybe bad left. You know, if my audio, video, or whatever is garbo. Okay, thanks. I think someone just chatted and I can't see it because my it does. There we go. Yeah. Unpin after. Alright, I think I Feather first champion. Wait any world of pecking at buttons. Such a heavyweight champ in that regard. Non-bird binary feather. Fast best of the rest from the nest atop the chamber of cool 3 event. Never well. Thank you for that, Marine. Hope you're doing well. Actually, why is heavyweight necessarily better? Oftentimes people will say like the featherweights are like lighter weights. I don't know what proper term is for some of those, but this is the lighter weights tend to be more impressive. So it's because it's probably because they can't see what's going on because it's so fast. It's like Dragon Ball Z. Alright, new character. The day is saved. Powerpuff Girls. Yep. It's Powerpuff Girls. We'll see about Dragon, and I might try to get a Superman Powerpuff Girl combo going for a little bit. They're available as part of the premium season 3 battle pass. I'll probably use Gleaming of collected throughout the game to make more use of that. Let me just type to Dragon quick. At some point too, I need to figure out my webcam setup. I might just need to get a new phone too for that. So I did have a webcam I was using that I put somewhere weird now that I could use for it, but yes, my setup is just always getting janked, and then I stream like once a week, so it's up from like once a month. So yeah, the nap time is over. PvE Rift is now available. The Bat Mega Mix PvE Rift has been added and will unlock later in the season. Okay, something I might talk about this a little more after the patch notes, after I get done, assuming there's a lot of time. But I kind of want to talk about other stuff with the game too that I've enjoyed. I just kind of even mention certain things, especially during the patch notes. I might even want to play before I get too in depth with that. There's a lot of things I like about the game. There's a lot of things I would like to kind of point out that I enjoy. Things maybe I want more of, things that I know are coming to, especially with these patch notes that they'll probably go over a bit on. So It's part of the reason I wanted to wait before even doing that video. Like, I know a lot of YouTube was, in that regard, was just doing it week 1, and for me it's like, well, I kind of want to get used to the game more, which is not how you do well on YouTube, unfortunately. So unless you make waves in the first week, it's like, oh, you might as well just not even bother. So, which, yeah, basically this game isn't necessarily I'm a little late to get into that for this game, so and even now too, with the season 3 patch notes coming out, it's like, am I late? Yeah, definitely, but better to be a little more, feel like I'm approaching it in a better way. So Rift updates. Gems can now be leveled up to 20 instead of 10, but total maximum XP and maximum strength are unchanged. Okay, I've had a lot of my max 10. Like, I got most of mine max 10 by the end of season 1, the first few set, and then season 2, most of my new gems I got from there. Yeah. Current gems will scale to their new level based on current XP, and level 10 gems will scale to level 20 gems with the start of season 3. So I'm gonna have a bunch of level 20 gems. Rift difficulty are unlocked based on total gem XP rather than average level of players' top 3 gems. Oh, that's what they were basing it on. That makes more sense. Yeah, there is definitely ways this game counts that it gets weird, and it's hard to know what is going on exactly. So like total damage dealt, depending if it's based on like characters hitting the ground or terrain or something like that, it might not count that as damage. I felt like I saw that too as Stripe in 1v1s, because I felt like I was doing alright, but my damage would be very low compared to other people. I know a lot of me too, my stuff too is kind of spike people in that, so maybe that was related, but it definitely felt like my damage done with Stripe at times was very low, so I'm not sure what's going on with a lot of that counting. So I'm now unlocked based on, okay. Updated several level actors. That could also just be me being really bad and not even realizing it too, so I should probably mention that. But I do know it counts very weird at times, especially with some of the Rift levels and that. Update several level actors to support controller rumble feedback. If you have updated several... Oh, okay. So that's okay. That's interesting. If you have a character in Diamond Master, other characters will be adjusted to silver, gold on the first game. Yeah, I was just starting to... I was getting close to platinum. I don't think I could grind it out. I was moving so slowly by the time I got to gold 5. Fix the bug causing RP calculation to read inaccurate skill settings. Defeating players of higher tier than you now has a higher minimum RP game before MMR is accounted for. I beat a Jack last night with my Gizmo. He's been my bane of season 2, like probably primarily because he's a noob killer, and like for me it was trying to learn the spacing around his sword. It's still tough, and I still, when I'm playing him, I feel like I can just make so many better moves at the level I'm at. And that's just offensively, where you just throw hitboxes to cover things, and then once you have to go defensive, you have his neutral special, aerial, where you can reflect projectiles. Grounded is just a counter, and you also just have the ability to dodge with Jack too, and parry. And once you start throwing that in there too, it really makes people have to fight a lot harder. So I finally beat him quite decisively, I'd say. Which, oh, Hypixel, how's it going? You didn't steal that, did you? You didn't steal. Yeah, just checking. Yeah, there we go. You know, while we're at, so here, I'm gonna go to this quick. Keep running up that road. So, this is like one of the first Jacks I can recall beating with Gizmo, because he just covers so much. He doesn't even necessarily feel like a bad matchup, but like I managed to. This guy was like a platinum 1, I think, something like that. Yeah, he's a platinum 1, and I beat him, and I did not even budge. So I was sad about that, but I beat some of my demons that day. Yeah, and Beetlejuice isn't really. Yeah, the two toughest characters for my Gizmo right now feel like it's Jack and Jason. Because, like, Jason is like juggle food, right? There's a free item in the store that causes an error. I have that so much because all my gems are max level, so if I try to claim this now, it doesn't have anything to do with it, so that's what it always does with me. And it gives me these a lot, so I don't know what's but yeah, I beat some of my demons last night. I still do not know good ways around Jack at times. Strike feels like he's pretty good against him. I know my Jack. I mean, yeah, I'm playing Jack here, and oh yeah, I almost won this set too. First time really fighting a Morty in a while. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was crushing me. This guy was crushing me. In the first match, and he was like trying to dive kick me while I was stuck off the ledge, and then he wrung himself out with that dive kick, and I gave him a toast emo because it's like, you know what, you did more damage to yourself than I have to you at this point, so I'll just toast that. And then he kept taunting for a bit. It's like, I'm still gonna try to learn the matchup though, buddy. I plan on winning this set. He still beat me, and then yeah, I wrung him out twice at that point. And then I think he alt F4'd on the end of that stock. I don't know how much that affects my RP gain either. If people just alt F4 in the middle, because that happens. My wins are primarily people disconnecting or conceding. Mostly disconnecting in the middle of a fight. Sometimes it might just be they try to launch the match and the game crash, which sucks. There's no other way to say it. It just sucks when your game crashes, regardless if you're winning, losing, whatever. It don't feel right. But yeah, most of my wins have not gone the full distance. These were 3 anomalies, I should say. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I got stuck in that a little longer than I wanted to. But basically my point is, going back to done rift mode that much and I still get the same error. Dang. Okay. I don't even know what that might be. Yeah. I know this game has a lot of weird issues at times, so I don't even know how to. Premium Battle Pass up to 00. You will immediately earn. That is weird as frick. It looks like a battle pass error then, right? That's like it might not be related to, because that is not the error I get. That is unless it's unrelated, but like that is jank as frick. Alright, I need to get back to this screen. There we go. Alright. So, that was the main reason I was talking about the RP stuff. Loser plays a higher team, has a lower maximum RP loss. Yeah. Yeah, I did not feel like I was losing much or gaining much when I was winning or losing as Gizmo recently. Like, kind of regardless. I was winning most of the matches, somewhat to disconnects, but it was not budging. Like, after I got to gold 5, it just didn't really budge. So, kind of gave up on that. I wasn't grinding enough, partially because it's summertime and I get way too sweaty in general for various reasons. So when I'm playing this game, I can get drenched just with my own sweat. So winter time, I'll probably be a lot more. Also, Jack was in this patch, and it was just a struggle to fight him each time. It was like grinding my gears to keep the spacing proper. So just for various reasons, was not feeling the grind this patch. So we started with a light touch. If we feel RP gains aren't appropriate for a significant difference in ranks, we will tune further for server hotfixes. Base progression in lower tiers has been toned down a bit, as there are now multiple mechanisms to accelerate high skill and experience. I see. Well, I guess I'll see how that affects me, because I just feel like lower tiers has already been feeling a little slow, but... Well, maybe that's the thing, like I beat someone of the higher tier and I wasn't getting much from that, so that could be why. Matching favorites games with players within a single tier, but may still fall back to 2 tiers. Single tier. Okay. Pre-made groups are assigned their MMR by the strongest player for both placement and RP calculations. Raise the target MMR for Master. Target MMR. Okay. Master 1 players will decay RP for inactivity. Okay, yeah. I was wondering too, because when I was playing, I wasn't really getting people a very high MMR, which there probably wasn't as many high-level characters playing, so might have been part of the reason why for my slow grind later in the season. In the future patch, win streaks will be displayed, and all I did was click. My game crashed. Dang. Good dang. Mine mostly only crashes while like starting up matches. It doesn't really get that bad, so it's rough. Come your future win streaks will be displayed in face-off. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. They're talking about so you can see what a win streak is, just for posterity's sake, I guess. I don't know. You know, might give you a push to kind of beat this guy's streak, I guess, or vice versa. Want to keep your streak. Unranked plus ranked. We now use open skill to calculate MMR instead of customized version of Glicko for matchmaking. Open skill. This should result in new and returning players getting more appropriate games. Okay. I do not understand either of those terms, either of those mechanisms, so maybe I should Google them, but... Midnight Showing. That's the Gremlins map. It's got a little pulleys and stuff. Dexter's Lab 2, 1v1. Ooh, did they remove a couple of the platforms? That map is it's tricky at times when you're fighting somebody who does like ladders like Black Adam. Trying to get out from below them and stuff, under them. I think maybe even Jason is a character who might benefit from that a little bit. No, maybe not, because he's slow. I don't know. I don't know enough about this game, but yeah, I'm curious to see that map, I guess. Updated several map elements to support controller rumble feedback. Center floating platform size increased by 20% on both variants. Destructible map elements removed when hazards are toggled off. They fixed several issues affecting gameplay. Okay. New 2v2 variant. Oh yeah, recently I uploaded a video on YouTube. I think one of the things that I hit Stripe with his explosive dynamite into the platform, and when I did that, the Shaggy that was standing on it just exploded. Like, I don't know if that was more related to the fact that Stripe hit the terrain or what, but it was like, it looked like the hitbox size was like a lot bigger than it normally would have been, like the platform itself hit them, so curious what's going on there with that. But fix several issues affecting gameplay in Dexter's Lab. A new 2v2 variant is added to 20% map size. Original variant Dexter's Lab 2. That's probably fine. So wait, is that? Oh, this is like the normal Dexter's. It's probably the side scroller one. Yeah. Teen Titans Tower Blast Box with increased 5% on all variants. Okay. Are people getting rung out quickly on that? Or, well, I guess the side blast zones are kind of close. Yeah, so that makes sense. The map itself is kind of big though. Sidewalk off platforms will remove when hazards are toggled off. Destructible map elements remove when hazards are toggled off. With increased 5% on all variants. That probably makes sense. The map itself just feels really big anyways, so I'm not sure how I feel about increasing the width of it even more. But yeah, like if anything, a map that would be Townsville that I'm curious about, because those blast zones on the side are so close. Like, it's sometimes you just get hit by a decent combo, and it's like basically, oh, how Shaky can ring you out they've nerfed him a bit now for this, but like he would just bring you out with that uppercut so close to the blast zone in Townsville or any low blast zone. That's how Townsville kind of feels like right now with that. So, except sideways, so people have good horizontal launching. It's just like, oh, too close to this blast zone, now I'm dead. Jason in particular, that was actually part of that Jason game. He would hit me twice and then do the side special combo, and like that is such a devastating move at times. And if playing Gizmo, it's like I don't want to get near this guy on the ground, but like sometimes there's not much choice. So like Jason is not very intimidating when you're juggling him and you got all the momentum, but once he gets momentum, suddenly it's like, oh, I'm dead. But yeah, that's how I feel about some of that there. Yeah, they didn't change Townsville at all. Maybe there's some ranked map changes. Yeah. Fix an issue. Destructible map elements toggle off. Floating platform sizes increased by 20% on Trophy's Edge. Okay. Destructible map elements remove when hazards are toggled off. Okay, maybe the walls too then? 3-4, destructible map, 2 map elements, well obviously that would be what it is, but I'm wondering like, if that's gonna be something for rank 2. Destructible map elements remove when hazards are toggled off. Floating platform sizes increased by 20%, all variants. Okay, Scooby's on a managed destructible map. There's like, yeah, these are repeated, right? I'm not crazy. Okay, I was wondering why I felt like I was reading the same thing over and over again. No, yeah, that's just it duplicated. Okay, it's a huge patch notes list, so I might need to get up here in a moment just to stretch. Hey, I've been going a half hour. That's long for me to sit. Training mode will be receiving improvements to user experience and user interface beginning with Season 3 patch. Yeah, the beta had a better training system by far, which is weird. I don't know if they like made it to be a little bit better for console, but it just feels really bad compared to the on PC to the beta version, the current version they're using. They like added a couple things. Like I know even trying to test certain things like how does armor killer or fully charged armor break work, and right now I feel like the perks either aren't working or just aren't good. There's a lot, like they downsized a lot of the perks from beta, which I kind of get it, but then they kind of, because they said like there was only a few perks being used anyways, but the problem then when they scaled down the amount they had is like, well, now there's just even less that seemed usable. There's like like besides snowball effect, speed, like the punchy ones, like a lot of ones that increase damage just seem like your general go-to, maybe ones that apply weakened, but like it doesn't really seem worth to go with anything that isn't just extra damage just with how they work. So it's very weird, especially actually maybe I'll go over that a little bit more after these patch notes, but there's a lot of things with the patch notes that I was also trying to test in the lab. There's a lot of things about the perks I was trying to test in the lab, and they just don't seem to work very well. And so yeah, we can go over that more, but yeah, having a better lab system too to actually test perks would be nice, because right now most of the perks just feel crappy, and part of this you can't even test them proper. So movement changes. We are looking to increase fighter movement in the air to improve feel, allow more approach options, and increase player skill expression. Character specific movement changes are listed in the character patch notes, but the general changes are listed here. Certain air attacks now maintain more momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. Okay, certain air attacks. I know they reduced that for Superman, but part of that issue was like Superman was one of the few people who really could make use of that, I guess. Like you had bugs in there. Well, no, there's a few. There's definitely a few. Yeah. But I know they reduced it a bit for him because he would just nair pummel people to death I catch them off guard, and then suddenly just first stock is already over like a few seconds in. So certain air attacks now maintain more momentum during attack startup. Certain attacks now allow fast fall during attack startup. Certain air attacks now maintain less momentum when executed as part of dodging off a platform ledge. Certain air attacks now maintain less momentum when in the direction opposite the fighter's facing during the attack. Oh, I wonder if that might affect Gizmo's popcorn. Because I would do the turnaround neutral special when doing popcorn stuff to kind of put myself behind the popcorn and make it like a little wall. If they change that, that's going to be something else to keep in mind. I'll have to test that a little bit. Yeah, I will say this sounds like some of these changes were brought back from the beta. I will say I don't feel like the beta was that much faster as a whole. Like it probably was faster, but it felt more squirrely than everything. Like the acceleration values, the braking, any kind of like just sudden change you can do in that game was like exponentially higher, less than the actual speed of the game, if that makes any sense. Which I don't think was necessarily good, because you got things where like you could dodge out of attacks. Like, okay, well, Superman's charging up his armored attacks, well then he just dodges out of it the moment he feels like that's bad. It was a big reason 1v1s in that game felt way too dodge heavy for me, because you were just constantly dodging into attack, dodging out of attacks, and just so much dodging. The game was a little bit too dodge heavy for my liking in the beta. I still enjoyed it, but even like if you want to go to my YouTube and check out Gizmo's one long stock, it's not a great fight, but the movement in that game is so squirrely, the characters are so small, it's really hard to gauge how to take care of certain things in those fights. So I think what they're doing now I appreciate a lot more, because like if there's one reason a character like Finn is a menace in the beta, it's like, yeah, everyone's so squirrely and he has hitboxes that just encompass his whole body. You can't really react, you can't get any good reads from it. You're just kind of getting pummeled and you're just mashing your way in a similar fashion to get out. So like even like how projectiles were like a big thing in the beta, I think was made a bit worse by that, with these characters who just keep pinballing all over the place, and it moves so fast and you just run into projectiles because it's hard to gauge how fast you need to move from here to there. Like I think even Shaggy would have felt even worse for that, because he had so much mobility and he would go from chasing you to running across the map, jumping and using rage, and it's like, well, he's almost done charging that by the time I even realized he started running. So it's one of those situations where like having the ability to actually read what the characters are doing and not allow them to just violently thrash their way out of it, I like that, and I don't think the game necessarily needs to be faster, but that's just me. Because like as it was, it's just so hard to do any like anticipation, read, thinking in general when the speed is just amped up so much. Which I mean, people probably like that, but that's not why I play platform fighters primarily. So certain air attacks now allow fast fall during startup. Certain air attacks. Okay, I already read all that. Okay. Additional changes. Wall, ceiling, terrain bounces no longer count as terrain bounce for triggering an automatic tech. Only floor bounces count towards the automatic tech bounce threshold. Wall, ceiling, terrain bounces. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was noticing a little bit of weird stuff with that. The automatic tech thing is kind of nice, but it's not really... I have not found it really that useful. Like, I've never really found myself that stuck in combos where I need an automatic tech, so that's part of it. Maybe I'm not fighting good enough people, but like, I don't know, if I'm just DIing like out, like I never really feel like it's catching me that well. Like I don't know. I have to rank up more, face some better players, and they will show me how much they will just continually spike me, but I also notice a lot of players that I go up against that probably aren't as experienced. A lot of times they're just holding in for a lot of things, and that is just a bad option like 90% of the time. It seems like if you're getting comboed, like hold out. Like I've killed people, I've gotten like ring outs because it's like, okay, if he's holding in, I'm just gonna continue the end of this combo and he'll die. He's holding in the entire time, I combo him and he dies. Like if he held out, I wouldn't be able to get this hit, but because he's holding in. And I feel like some people try to do their combos based on people who are holding in a lot, and if you hold out, suddenly they like have to chase you. So just yeah, I gotta get more into a lot of top end stuff though. Maybe I'll see more about the when I'm really using the tech animations, but so far I haven't found they're helpful for me as a player. Okay, animation cancel me if a fighter is forced into the air for any reason. Forced into the air. I wonder how that would have happened, but certain ground dodge animations have been sped up so fighters are less likely to have trailing hurt boxes or their invulnerability ends. You know, I think that also makes sense actually. Okay, that makes... I wonder if that's going to affect when you try to dodge into characters and then attack right away. Because like this is actually an issue with Jack in general as well. He has really big pokes, really long reach. So some of the things I felt like I need to try doing more is maybe dodge in or parry. But dodging in and then attacking can leave you in a situation where you get yourself hit by the lingering hitbox, and since Jack has such a long amount of reach, that lingering hitbox is very hard to space through. Also, you don't want to wait too long to engage your attack because Jack has the ability just to keep mashing his combo, mashing his attacks, or just dodge out of it anyways. So one of the biggest so maybe this would help with that too, because yeah, one of the biggest issues with Jack is just that he has so much range. He just covers so much space, and it's just hard to sometimes get in on him. So so that could be handy for, like, for me particularly. I guess if I'm thinking main person that help with that. Also, I think just tech should, I feel like you shouldn't have automatic tech. I feel like that should be related if you have a dodge buffered, or if you're holding out dodge or something. Because I don't really see the... I just don't see automatic teching being that great right now. I mean, again, I've never really found I've been spiked so many times that that's an issue. So yeah, that's just, yeah. Most of the time it just messes me up, and other times maybe it doesn't change anything, but yeah. I just don't think it's been something I'm like, man, that's a mechanic. I mean, it is a mechanic, but I've never really felt like it's doing anything, so. Anyways, fix an issue where instant dodge air specials consumed and air special resource perks, right? Oh! Okay, that's interesting. New general perk, broken wings. Perk text. If you get knocked back while you have no jumps remaining, gain an extra jump. Oh! Nice! That is way better than most of the other perks. I'm slightly grumpy about that. Like, it's good, I like it, this is coming in. You gotta fix the other perks too, man. Like, they need to make the other perks actually good as part of the thing. I don't know. Hopefully they'll do that more in the future. I thought I heard them talking about that, but... Alright, blind spot guard. If an enemy dodges your melee attack, briefly gain some gray health. I kinda like that. It gives you, because like oftentimes when you're just waiting for an enemy to dodge, like especially if I'm playing Jack, I guess a lot of times that seems like it's handy because I'm just throwing out hitboxes. So for Jack, that just seems good. Huh. I guess I could go back or forth on that one. Yeah. It could be really handy actually for characters like Gizmo, who is so light, so like having a little bit of extra defense by swinging at these characters, like especially in juggle situations, that yeah, forcing a dodge as Gizmo, I could really see myself using this. It's like, yeah, one of the biggest issues with Gizmo is he's so light and he can just get kind of hit 3 times by Jason. Is like, oh, you might die now. He's just off the edge. Okay. So having the ability to mitigate some damage would be nice, because yeah, I feel like it's one of my biggest issues with Gizmo is just if I am not spacing everything quite right, it's just so easy to kind of get rid of his momentum. So yeah, because like he's really squirrely, and if you are spacing well with him, he is so hard to hit, and he is just constantly juggling you. But if you are having a trouble spacing, that can go downhill pretty quick. So yeah, I feel like both these would probably be ones I'd be good for Gizmo too at that rate, because yeah. Well, the Broken Wings less so actually, yeah. Well, like when Gizmo's off stage, he's probably the safest character out there, just because he has Umbrella, which he can stall a really long time. I feel like his up air is just good at like countering anybody trying to spike him and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, he's definitely maybe less the Broken Wings for Gizmo, but I can see that really handy for someone like Jason actually, who does not have much maneuverability anyways, and you burn out his resources, he's gonna fall pretty quick. Okay, they just repeated that. Alright, I'm actually, before I get to this huge lister, I'm gonna get up and stretch, take a little quick potty break. Run some ad for pre-rolls, get back to this in a moment, so. Alright, a little BRB, my dudes. I also need to hit the. Alright, mostly back. I think my ads are done as well. Just be careful. I realized I was trying to move my mic. I just realized what my cat thing is. Man, I'm silly as frick. Holy crap. Oh no. Oh god. Gosh, jeepers, oh no. You know, this bar needs to be bigger. Ooh, I know I'll measure this actually. Easy measuring done by me. I just boop that there, right? And I can really see. This is Chaotrope, by the way, for anybody curious. Oh, I wanted to put the link of their ad kind of bit to my. I gotta remember to do that. Anyways, let's get back to the patch notes. We just got started on the characters. Okay, with the introduction of the Texas, we improve Agent Smith's combo routes. Route attack startup reduce 1 frame. Hit stun increase. Okay, hit pause increased. Okay, so his like own hit pause for hitting them. Yeah. Makes an issue where fighters could become stuck to Agent Smith after this attack. Interesting. Okay. Round down attack. Knockback angle made more downward to allow ground bounces. Okay. Yeah. Could be an interesting edge guard too. Or ledge trap? Something like that. Ground down attack. Knockback angle. Wait, ground side attack 3. Oh no, that's his finishing attack. No, that's the one. Yeah. I'm tired, guys. Alright. Air side attack now allows fast fall during attack. Ooh, that's good. That's actually one of his. It's like, it's not a good kill move or anything like that. It's more like maybe a good combo starter. Definitely one of his best get off me maneuvers. It's like this chop, like judo chop he does in midair. It's a pretty good maneuver. So air down attack now allows fast hold air attack startup. Nice, nice. Fast falling during attack startups, like I remember when I was I have a whole clip about this on my YouTube, go check it out, guys. But I was facing a Superman and a Wonder Woman, and I was like just hitting him with my down attack with my feet, and I dropped myself to right about where I thought the blast zone was, just like pixels away from you know, me hitting it. So I was like in the blast zone doing my down 3 attacks, and then Wonder Woman teleports to Superman, and there's just no room for knockback there where you don't get wrung out. So yeah, being able to do stuff like, you know, maneuver that now. That's also something I do with Harley too before in the... This is stuff that felt like it was already in the beta too, so that's why this is a little bit it's a little weird to be like they kind of phrased it like they're just adding it, but this is something that was in the beta, so like you were able to be very squirrely in the beta. I don't hate this mechanic specifically, especially because you kind of had to commit to attack anyways. But yeah, with Harley I would use it like a boxing glove to kind of help create walls a little bit with her, and being able to move a little bit during attack startup kind of help with that. So I would use it, like say if my buddy's at high damage or something like that too, I can start throwing. I would use her as kind of like just a go lead, like using her bat bomb to get in the way, down special, or glove attacks. Like my plan at that point, like, okay, I'm gonna give my partner some breathing room here quick, and and if they're going to force the way in there, they have to deal with me, or they just kind of charge my projectile. So oftentimes it's a good way to kind of get some attacks in if they really want to close out that stock or whatever. So that was one reason I liked playing Harley. She was kind of a unique variant of a support. So ground down special. Fix certain projectile clank interactions. Okay. Yeah, it did seem like he disappeared a lot pretty easily. It's such a weird projectile in general. It's just kind of a one-off for him, and it has like weird startup. And where did you come from? Where did you go? Yeah, it's like, I like it as a projectile, but it has felt a little bit weird, especially because you can, like, an arrow kills it. Yeah, I don't know if it's considered. This is something I think they need to put back into the game that they had done in the beta a little bit too, was clarify if something breaks a heavy projectile or a light projectile, and if anything is a light projectile or a heavy projectile. It seems handy to know for various reasons, even related to the perks too that I was using. Like, it would be really nice to know that, or have a better training mode in general to test it, so on and so forth. So fix an issue where certain props would disappear when rendered too far from the camera. That's interesting. Fix certain projectile clink interactions causing the dagger to float in the air. Okay. Now maintains less momentum when executed after dodging off a platform, like preventing unintentional extreme travel speed. I've done that before with Agent Smith and his neutral gun. I would dodge and then I would hit gun right away, and I was like aiming it, and I just slide right off the platform right to my death because I'm charging my gun attack, and I probably should have released it, but my brain was like, wait a minute, what, this is cool, and like, wait a minute, I'm dead because I didn't release it at a time, and I still have to blast my stupid gun yet before I can react. Yeah, so now maintains more momentum during attack startup. So apparently people were with our using that to their advantage too. Air down now maintains, oh yeah, okay, that's the charge attack, aerial charge attacks. But Night Guard was very focused on aerial approaches to do everything, while the ground game was very limited to just KO options. We have improved his gameplay to allow more combo routes and more unique approach for Banana Guard to explore. Yeah, I guess they were like Void, I know, was talking about how a lot of characters felt like they were better grounded which I was not as familiar with. I felt like quite often I could or would want to be starting approaches aerial. Like with Shaggy, I would do his neutral air because it kind of lingers out a bit, and it's a good way to kind of test what the opponent might do if I attack them from an aerial standpoint. Maybe that's also particularly more now with the jabs being nerfed a bit, because now you can't just run up and jab. His jab was so quick too, and it was kind of dumb. I would just run up to people, jab, and then I'd walk back like just a touch, and then turn around, jab. It was like so effective just to throw that stupid fist out. So maybe that's a lot of stuff they were thinking about with that. So ground up attack, on hit cancel window advance 4 frames. Air neutral attack, on hit cancel window advance 1 frame. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Knockback angle, made more down to allow ground bounces. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's his neutral attack. Alright, air side attack, now much more momentum in the direction back guard spacing during the attack. Now it's less momentum in the direction. Okay. Air down attack, now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Air side special, now maintains less momentum in the direction opposite. Okay, okay. Batman's always had a focus of being a combo-based character, however his approach game became very focused around dash attack and aerial down special. Yeah, dash attack would kill me quite often too, so that's a good move, because he like slides in and then he finishes off with a powerful kick, so makes it a little hard to counter. This led to multiple changes which slowed his play down or buried Batman's combo game being dodge boosted attacks. We've redesigned Batman's combat to allow more dynamic gameplay, which allows players to find success at all levels of play and create unique ways to play Batman. Yeah, dash attack is now a flurry of armor breaking punches, which we gotta go back to the perks. There's already a perk that does that. I don't like, that's why I think it's my biggest gripe there is like, hey, there's that perk. It's like one of the few decent perks, and then with Batman, it's like you don't even need it. I don't know. It's probably fine. I feel like the perk system needs to be adjusted a little bit. I know some of them I could probably make more use of than I do, but it definitely feels like a good chunk of them are not great. So, air ground neutral attack cooldown. Okay, this is battering. Knockback angle made more downward to allow. Oh yeah, that's battering when it's just like a punch thing. Ground up attack, hit pause reduced. Hit pause. Okay, when he does his. Okay, so like allows him to follow up more maybe. Ground down attack. Down attack is now a slide kick, which was what it was before in the beta. That transitions into a strong kick on hit. Inputting a second down attack on hit will instead transition into an armor breaking leg sweep. So they put the slide that he originally had as down attack, that was then dash attack, is now back to down attack, and then they added the new down attack onto the end of his current down attack, which was his forward down. My head hurts. Basically, they like down attack, so they put down attack on his down attack. Because like down attack, we put down attack on your down attack. Air side attack now maintains less momentum when. Hold on. Now maintains less momentum. Execute after dodging off of a platform ledge to prevent a bug that was causing unintentional extreme travel speed. It's still fast. Air side attack. That's like his flying kick stuff, right? I forget exactly. Air down attack now allows fast fall during attack startup. Nice. Beetlejuice. We've introduced new combo routes to Beetlejuice to better explore his grounded gameplay. We have also improved his ability to approach with a combo. We've also improved his ability to approach with a combo start in the air and expand his gameplay beyond his strength and jab. Yeah, most people just have a good jab. Maybe not Gizmo. Gizmo's one of the few, I guess. This is okay because he's small, so they kind of have to be up close sometimes to hit him, but... general dodge attacks, now more reliable. Like, I feel like Gizmo's affected the least by the jab nerfs, just because he's not really beating out most jabs anyways. He's just beating them to the punch rather than beating the punch, so... Dodge attacks now more reliably give full movement momentum. Okay, that's interesting. On whiff, cancel window buffer delayed 6 frames later, or to make it less likely that ground side attack to execute unintentionally. Ground up attack visuals now better match hitbox. Oh, so they just changed the visuals. Okay, that's interesting. Ground down attack movement increased 25%. Oh yeah, the tap dance. Knockback aim will make more damage to all ground bounces. That is... Does that move actually hit well? Like, I feel like you're only using that to call out an armored attack. Or something. Maybe it's a good ledge trap or something. Air neutral attack. On hit cancel when will advance 1 frame. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Air side attack. Now maintains more momentum on attack startup. Now maintains less momentum in the opposite direction. Is facing. Okay. Air up attack. Now maintains less momentum when executed after dodging off a platform to prevent a bug that was causing unintentional extreme travel airspeed is so fast. Okay, it seems like there's a few of those. Air down attack. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Such a I do like Beetlejuice. He doesn't feel super great right now. Maybe these will help a bit. Like, he doesn't feel terrible. Like, he's still fun. I still enjoy him as a character. He definitely doesn't feel like busted like, you know, a Jack was or whatever. Black Adam was very difficult to contest at range or behind a partner. Yeah, that's why he didn't necessarily feel like a bruiser too much. It still fits for him. But yeah, he has a few too many projectiles. Like, he's not as bad as Morty, but he has a few too many projectiles in that for it to feel like he's a true bruiser. He's like a bruiser mage, if anything. Originally thought bruiser tank might not be bad. But they did reduce his weight a bit now, so he's not going to be able to take as much damage. I also thought it might be a decent thing to give him because he does have a bit of armor. He has like that bubble and stuff that can just wall things out, so yeah. Ground down attack now applies a 6-second cooldown for the lightning tendril projectile. Oh yeah. He had so many of these cooldowns before or during the beta. They tried to remove a lot of these cooldowns, but which I think kind of makes sense, but obviously some of them had cooldowns for a reason. Like, they tried to remove them for Stripe. That was just... Stripe was so oppressive with his dynamite. as a Stripe player, Stripe was way too oppressive with his dynamite. Like, that move needed to be nerfed a bit. They nerfed his gun a little bit. Like, you can't dodge out of the first shot now when you start using it. Like, you have to fire all three or something like that, which I guess is something I'm that worried about. But also, it just feels like it removes his like skill ceiling more than anything else. Because that's not like it wasn't really something I'm like shoot once and then oh, that guy dodged out of it. Well, now I feel bad or something. I don't know. I probably wasn't playing at a high enough level. It didn't really seem that extreme to me, but he also had his dynamite too. So it's probably a combination of the fact that you dodge out of that, then he's pulling out dynamite. So he would shoot, dodge, and force you to burn a dodge, I guess. So that. I mean, that kind of makes more sense. Actually, the more I think about it, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's fine for Stripe. We're not even talking about Stripe. We're talking about Black Adam, alright? I need to stop being a wiener. Okay, let's get off the cooldowns onto Black Adam. Air neutral attack, hitbox size reduced 10%. Hitbox reduced. Okay. Hitbox size reduced. Oh, the clap. Yeah. I was I'll probably release a lot of the loony stuff I did from season 1, especially because it's the whole grind to get Matrix Smith skin. So there was some fights there, and I took Black Adam against the like Jason and Wonder Woman riff fight where they regenerate if you're not hitting them enough, and it was mostly that clap. That clap was just controlling the room. Banana Guard managed to... No, wait, Banana Guard I think was pretty bad that fight, because I remember he was... pretty sure he was out when that fight ended, so... Anyways, partners are really bad on that too, so I was just solo grinding for the heck of it. But that clap controls so much stuff, so now that cheese has been nerfed, so... Good luck to anybody who wants to do that riff now. There's probably other strats, but point still stands. Air down attack now maintains more horizontal momentum during attacks. Startup. He also had the ability to use it off a ledge. Okay. Air ground neutral special. I can't remember this one. Air ground neutral special. Is that the bubble? I think it's just... Wait. Is the bubble the same in the air? I don't know. What's neutral? Neutral special. Okay, the lightning. Yeah, okay. I remember what neutral special was. The down special one that's different in the air. Okay. Okay, startup window before charge reduce 5 frames. Okay. Once chain lightning has hit an enemy, that enemy is immune to chain lightning for 6 seconds. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because he can use that quite a bit. That makes sense. Yeah. Air ground side special now costs 1 unit of dodge meter. Okay. Oh, does that move dodge? Cause that's one reason why I'm like, this guy kind of feels more like a mage. You know, he does some crazy stuff with his movement. Projectile shield is now destroyed when Black Adam is wrung out. Okay, interesting. Bug body. Ground side attack 1. I don't use my voice. Hitbox size reduced so the attack is less likely to hit behind bugs. Oh, you know, there's something I need to load up, I just realized. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. Air ground side attack 1. Hitbox size reduced. The attack is less likely to hit behind bugs. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, that was happening a bit. Yeah, I know I would use it with bugs and somebody behind me would be dragged forward to the other person I was punching. Air ground down attack pie. Throwing a pie no longer destroys pies that have been reflected by enemies. Bugs was another character, the pie no longer destroys pies and reflected by enemies. Oh! Is it because it would count as an active pie and you can only have one active pie out? Yeah. I know Bugs was another one I used in Rifts is what I was gonna say. I use in Rifts against the loony enemies because he is pretty good. Like Black Adam, Bugs Bunny, Wonder Woman, they're top tiers for a reason, you know? Air neutral attack now maintains less. I also use Gizmo a lot too, you know, he's top tier for a reason. Air neutral now maintains less momentum in the direction opposite Bugs Bunny's facing during the attack. Nair, okay, yeah. Air side attack. Now maintains more momentum attack start, now maintains less. Oh, he's gonna become flying, and what the frick? He was already flying in with that side air. Okay. I guess he's not going backwards as much anymore, I guess. Air down attack, no pie. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Yep. It's funny that it's like no pie. Oh, this is funny to me. Air ground neutral special. Not acting as heavy projectile motion. Oh. That's interesting. Air ground down special. Does that mean you could have reflected it or something? Because I don't think you can reflect I don't even know what. I know armor break moves destroy heavy projectiles. I don't know what is consistently effective against projectiles though. Heavy projectiles, particularly. I also don't know everything that counts as a heavy projectile. I think like Jerry's a heavy projectile too. But I'm pretty sure Gizmo can destroy Jerry, so it doesn't sound right either. It's one of the main reasons why I felt like Gizmo just has a winning matchup against Tom and Jerry. Although that's based on like the few Tom and Jerry's have actually fought, so who knows. But yeah, I love Umbrella kind of shuts down a lot of that stuff. But I will say Tom and Jerry has the racket as a reflector too, so something I was thinking about more when I was playing was like, oh yeah, I should try to make use of that. Air ground neutral special, heavy projectile, fix an issue where fighters' actions were not cancelled upon entering the tunnel. Nice. Lingering love perk. Fix certain what? Ugh. Fix certain projectile clink interactions. Alright. Nah, I'm so tired, guys. Finn has a singular focus on carrying the opponents to the blast zone quickly due to many of his best combos being aerial based. Yeah. I wouldn't say singular focus. At least for me. I was playing with a Jake and 2v2s, and we got matched into two other Finns. And Finn's ability to just pick options is really interesting. It feels a little overpowered, and it's not even just about carrying enemies to the blast zone quickly. Like if anything, again, these are not probably pro Finn players. I'm not a pro Finn player, so I should say that too. But the singular focus is, well, if it works, it works. You're gonna go for it, yeah. And if you have to slug, you will. But if you can just drag them up there quick, yeah, that makes sense. An upcoming patch will be receiving changes that improves the overall combo game, retaining his rushdown gameplay while also bringing focus away from the offstage carries. Yeah. Fix an issue where certain props would disappear. Okay. Air neutral attack now maintains momentum during attack startup. Now allows fast load during attack startup. Repeat move lockout increased to 20 frames from 8 frames. Wow, that's long. Yeah, I can see why they might do that though. I'm not sure how much more you can nerf that move. It is just kind of big. Kind of just this wall of sword. Although I might be remembering a bit of stuff from the beta. I don't know how true that is for this build, but I haven't played Finn that much to notice. But repeat move lockout does feel kind of weird for certain use cases, but also just kind of makes sense sometimes. I don't want to. Yeah. Because otherwise you do kind of have to overhaul a move and probably even just change its functionality after a while, or you just nerf it until it's bad. Air side attack now, which is momentum during attack startup. Air up attack now, which is less momentum after dodging. Okay. Air down attack. Didn't I already read air down attack? Oh, that's air neutral attack. Oh, that had. Oh. That was increased from 8 to 20 frames. I thought that was his down attack. Huh. They nerfed it before too to not allow him to jump when he kicks somebody. Is that really what it is? Yeah, I guess probably. It is a pretty good move, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't realize that was much of a problem, but kind of makes sense. Air down attack now maintains. Here's the thing, there could be a lot of things here I'm missing. Like, I don't keep up with this stuff enough too, so as much as I'm confused, it's mostly because it's a larger level of ignorance that I have more than anything else. I do want to say that now. It's just a lot of stuff I haven't noticed myself particularly, so just whenever I'm getting confused in that stuff, it's me trying to formulate in my brain more than anything else. Alright, so don't take this like, that shouldn't have been a thing, but yeah, because I feel like I should make that pretty clear. I have not been grinding ranked enough to just so many other things I could be doing to inform myself. So just, yeah, I should mention that right now. I just like the ins and outs of this, and of this game, and got a weird update on my phone here. Hold up. But yeah, I figured I should mention that too. Like, there's definitely a lot more I could be doing. There are just certain things I like to try to keep up with too, like a lot of these patch notes, and go from there. Because I do find a lot of the approach they take here still handy for me to know as I'm doing this stuff, and mostly I just keep up on the patch notes, and sometimes I'll actually read what people are saying. Yeah, sometimes. Anyways, where were we? Air down attack, yeah. Air ground neutral special BMO. Now ignores player collisions during movement. This fixtures where Finn would get stuck next to enemies without hitting them. Oh. Okay. Air down special. If we can issue a parry, this attack would not put Finn into parry stun. Oh, the backpack. Okay. Hit stun reduced. Knockback angle made more downward to allow ground moves. Hitbox size is now consistent regardless of coin value. Yeah, I mean, I guess part of the issue is too with like the automatic tech stuff. Like, I know I was saying I didn't really find it useful before. Part of the reason they added the automatic tech was because moves that spike directly downward would be impossible to get out of. So that makes more sense. It's less about like what the current state of the game was, and it's more about trying to bring back combo routes for certain characters, and not just make it a wholly just their entire kit, basically. Like some of the combo routes just being this one move just on repeat. So, which I did like the move scaling thing before. I was a fan of that. But yeah, I get up and take a little stretch break in a moment. We're up to the G's. Maybe we'll end on the. We'll end right before Gizmo, and I'll take a little stretch break. Okay, backpack strength perk. Up special maximum knockback bonus coins from. Reduced to 125. Okay, I had not even been using this yet. I had used my perks way too much on dumb stuff because I had so many and I was just buying stuff, and then I realized I overdid it. So some of my characters haven't had perks now. Dash attack maximum knockback bonus from coins reduced to 100 from 200. Ooh, something else too I want to check on my phone here. I can check it out later though, actually. But dash attack maximum knockback bonus from coins reduced to 100 from 200. Okay. Oh, dash attack is buffed from it. Maximum damage multiplier from coins reduced from 125 to 1.5. Okay. Okay. So that was apparently a really good one that I just haven't been using yet. Yeah, I need to check out something. Okay. It's fine, everything fine. Garnet was experiencing a few gameplay issues that were leading to combos dropping or facing difficulty in matches contesting faster characters. Yeah, that's one reason I was saying Garnet did not seem like she does not seem like an easy character to play at all. Like, I feel like any sense of saying that maybe was there with now that she also has her side attack armor that she didn't have before. I feel like she was just a hard character to play. Like, she didn't have easy combos. She wasn't really that survivable. She couldn't really defend herself, get in. She just had a lot of things that were hard to work around. Like, she definitely did not. Like, I feel like Arya as a character is far easier than Garnet. Like, Arya has some disjoints. Arya's combos are not that difficult as a whole. Like, maybe the higher top tier ones, but like, if you have any experience in spacing at all, like, yeah, Arya's a bit easier. It's also why I feel like Jack is kind of busted, because like, if you know how to space well with him, he just can be so oppressive. Whereas Garnet, even like trying to figure out her spacing is tough. Like, she doesn't have the same kind of disjoints. She doesn't have the same kind of projectiles or special moves that she can kind of keep well in rotation for different reasons. So, improved combo rolls, added armor to some moves, and improved the attack speed of some of Garnet's best approaching moves. Okay. Thunderclap. Performing ground up special after placing Garnet's electrical trap will detonate it immediately. Oh, okay, yeah. I do want them to bring a few more signature perks for some of the characters. Like, some of the characters only have 2, and that feels like a travesty. Hurtbox size reduced on Garnet's gauntlets. Oh, okay. I was so confused at first. So you can't hit her gauntlets as much now. Okay. Fixed ensure certain props would disappear when rendered too far from the camera. Okay, I don't know what that one's about, but I wonder if I've seen that before. Ground side attack 2 down. Knockback angle made more downward to allow ground bounces. Ground down attack. Oh, okay, I like this. Like her down attack, that is going to be a good ledge trap. Or edge guard. Ledge trap, yeah, ledge trap. Like, that is... Now you can really send people into a disadvantaged state, so... That is actually kind of scary, thinking about it. Sounds like one of her more reliable things was just getting jab into things, so... At least to me, that felt like one of her more reliable things. That and Nair. And even Nair didn't feel like great a lot of times, like... Yeah. Now applies armor on startup after a charge threshold. Okay. Now it's hitbox and Garnet's gauntlets that hit fighters downwards. Yo, nice. Okay, I like that. Okay. It did feel like this attack was really dumb to use so close. It's a good reason to just never use it. Because characters would just jump over it then when you charge it to a point that you can hit them with it. So yeah, so I think that's a good change. Uncharged shockwave projectile speed increases 50%, maximum speed change, speed unchanged. Okay, that probably makes sense. I'm not even sure what the speed of those were normally. Air neutral attack, odd. Oh, this should actually be helpful too for catching people who are trying to jump then. Yeah. Air neutral attack. On whiff, cancel window advance 4 frames. Air side attack 1. Now maintains, okay, the speedy air glitch. Now maintains air up attack, now maintains less momentum in the direction opposite Garnet's facing during the attack. Okay. Air down attack now maintains more momentum during attack. Startup on whiff cancel window after landing delayed 10 frames. Okay, so if you hit somebody, it's fine, but if you miss... Now, here's the thing, I don't know if on whiff is just if you miss, or also if they dodge. Now I assume it could be either just only when they dodge you get this delay, or maybe it's just when you miss in general, which would make sense to me if you just miss. As a way to like discourage spamming. It's one of the main reasons I like this game is it does discourage just repeating the same move over and over. Like I like trying to think of different options to mix things up in games like this. It's one of my favorite things about platform fighters is you have so many more different angles to approach from, and you have so many more different options you can use in those instances. Well, maybe not more options in those instances, at least compared to other fighting games, but you have way more different angles to approach from, and that in itself kind of adds so many different layers onto how you can play a platform fighter, and that's, yeah. So I like the idea of trying to reduce just spamming safe moves, spamming your favorite move, encouraging different routes. Like that's why when I like look at Multiverse, like, oh yeah, no, this is what I want out of a platform fighter. It's not just trying to reduce everything to this very small box, which was kind of Smash Ultimate. It's very combo oriented in that, which kind of had to be with how online was. Very little thinking you can do on there. You gotta do muscle memory, guys. You gotta grind out that in that lab. Air ground neutral special. Rhythm buff can now be stacked a third time, granting Garnet and her ally a projectile shield. Oh, that's actually good because her neutral special normally... It took me a bit to process that. her neutral special normally was kind of poopy. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. But like actually, because like, yeah, you could use it to block a projectile, but the startup is a lot. You can't really make use of that projectile right away because it just hovers in your bubble. And maybe if you do, you hit it back and it's like, okay, well, this is the setup and sitting out for this has been pretty like maybe that 2v2 setting that's better, but again, you need to have an ally then in that bubble, and everyone there is going to be like, okay, we're going to work around this one projectile you caught and your partner who is like trying to position. So it's like yeah, like this actually having a projectile shield for a little bit sounds pretty nice. Sync time required to charge with a buff stack reduces 6%. Okay, that's good too. Okay, rhythm buff stack duration decreased. Okay, so it encourages you to use it more rather than just trying to use it like in between a stock. Okay, so I like that too. Like, try to encourage more use of it rather than just make it really good if you get it once, but good luck getting there. Also, she just be singing a lot in combat with Gizmo. Everyone's gonna be so screwed. Air ground size special cooldown. Hitbox size reduced, so the attack is less likely to hit behind Garnet. Now it maintains more momentum during attack startup. Oh yeah, okay. So I think her side special without the gauntlets is probably one of my more preferred moves of hers, like especially with the up special in the air, or just, or I guess, yeah, the up special in the air. I find they're good approach options or good catch options just to kind of drag people, kind of force people into disadvantage. Especially because she didn't really have a lot of good combo routes, so having a way to kind of just shove her way in was pretty nice. That's one of the main reasons I like them. It's also why I feel like she's a little bit tougher to use, because I feel like her side special on cooldown is better. Her side special on cooldown is better than her normal side special. Like that projectile is good and all, but it's so hard to control, and you can't really make nearly as much use of it as you would like. I find it's a good projectile, but it's just not. It has a long cooldown too, for one, which is kind of nice then, because I guess you get the good side special. But main problem there is if you try to use it and you want to go for your cooldown side special and you get your projectile side special, that could be very bad. So like, oh, I'm gonna go for a shove move here. Oh, instead of shooting this projectile, and oh, they just jumped over it because I'm slow as frick right now and they spiked me. Okay, so yeah, that's one of the main reasons I feel like Garnet is hard. You have to be you have to pay attention to like these cooldown maneuvers. I think it's part of the reason, because like a lot of other characters have they really don't want the cooldown version to be good, so I guess maybe that's part of it too. Like, this cooldown version feels pretty good for just shoving in quick, so maybe that's part of the reason they don't want it to be good. But yeah. Anyways, ground up special cooldown. Second hit damage increased to 8. Oh, this move was already, I felt like this was like one of her better ones too. Like, the finger gun thing is okay, but the up special on the ground was already good. Now it's just kind of feels like it's busted, man. Dang. Almost into second hit. Dang. Marker perk. This issue with the gauntlets could spawn a star too close to the top blast zone. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna take a little potty break here, my dudes. Run some ads for pre-rolls, all of that. We will come back with Gizmo! Gizmo! Alright, we're back now with the best character in the game. And as the world's cutest Gizmo, will be able to tell you all about how accurate all this, any information you need to know about that, being that, you know, I got you covered. Like, for one, you do a sit. You win a match, you do a sit. You just gotta do a sit. You don't need a teabag, just do a sit. Yes, as the world's cutest gizmo, I am here. Don't worry. I have this pillow I don't know what to do with in my seat. Oh, there's something else I want to do quick. Oh.
Couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboards, but now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time. So get away, another way to feel that you didn't want yourself to know and let yourself go. You know you didn't lose your self-control. Let's start at the rainbow. Turn away, another way to be where you didn't want yourself to go. Let yourself go. Is that a compromise? So what do you wanna do? What's your point of view? There's a fun soon. Do you wanna go? Oh, I shake with you. What's your point of view? I'm on top of you. I don't wanna go. Really wanna stay in your house. And I hope this works out. But you know how much you broke me apart. I'm done with you. I'm ignoring you. I don't wanna know. And I'm aware that you were lying in the gutter, 'cause I did everything to be there by your side. So when you tell me I'm the reason, I just can't believe the lie.
Alrighty, now I'm back. I want to switch up my lower garments. My legs are a little chilly. It is going to be warm today, but my legs feel a little chilly. So it's I'm a little chilly early in the day. I got my chilled coffee too. Most of me isn't chilly, just my legs. My legs are chilly. Alright, air ground neutral attack. So Gizmo did feel really busted, like season 1 when he first came out. So, and a lot of the changes they have done with him have been necessary. I felt like he was way too good in quite a few ways, especially because now they gave him some kill moves and his like up air attack and yeah, I don't know. And like his bow is like one of the possibly the best projectile in the game, his bow and arrow. So they definitely had to nerf that too. Not getting a refund for shooting people with full charge, because that's just like it's like, oh yeah, just you have a good reason to take a little extra time to charge this bow and then shoot them with it for extra damage and a refund. Like, so yeah, it made a lot more sense to do it like that. Otherwise it would just be maybe don't allow him to retain a charge with it, and if you're with the fully charged one, then you can get a refund. That might not be a bad way to approach that. But yeah. Excuse me. Air side attack. Air startup. Air neutral attack. Start window before charge. Increase 3 frames. Okay. Make it a little bit trickier to use a neutral, which was something I would do, like say, particularly with popcorn in that. So it'd be more of a require more setup, which I think is fair. I think it's fair. Air side attack now obtains more momentum during startup. Okay. Air up attack. Hitbox size reduced to better match visuals. Okay. It did feel really big as far as those double hits go. So if it's just gonna match the visuals, yeah, I think that makes sense. Those visuals already are pretty big, so if it's already, yeah, I think that's fair. I feel like his best moves are like, his best move, it might be up air or bow, but like his best brawling moves are probably up air, down attack, grounded down attack, and popcorn or grounded up attack. Popcorn so you can transition it into singing into your popcorn. Down attack because it adds sawing bubbles, which can do some good hit stun. Yeah. Okay, just respond to Dragon about a couple things. Ooh, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn has felt like a character who got nerfed pretty hard. Then she, Harley Quinn and Vel in particular, it felt like they got hit pretty hard. From beta. Like, as far as the characters got hit the hardest, going from beta to launch, Harley Quinn and Velma, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. I didn't really think they were the worst characters in the game to begin with. Like, I thought Velma was tough, but I also thought she was kind of hard to use. And then Harley Quinn felt like a character, I guess in a similar way. Like, she was tough, but she's still hard to use. So, but I think they have nerfed her a few times too, so it's very confusing where she's at right now. But yeah, anyways, hopefully they're giving her like, because I'm seeing some pluses, there were some minuses already, so hopefully they give her something. Fix an issue where the confetti debuff stacks would increase when victims were hit by their own allies. I see. On whiff cancel window delayed up attack. Startup window after charge increase 1 frame so the attack is less likely to hit. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It sucks that it's just mostly a debuff. Oh, we got a party invite. Todd, is that you, Todd? Oh, it's JK Low. JK Low, get out of here. No, JK Low, you can come in. JK, get out of here. Back to my Discord. Sorry, JK, I'm busy. I've just had my game running there in a window mode. Dude, I'm not gonna get past these. I might get past these notes before the launch at least, but I'll probably get kicked out then at that point. Was mostly gonna plan on streaming with Dragon first, with some riffs, or at least playing riffs with her first. But I noticed the patch notes were huge, so I figured I'd read into these. Yeah. There's a lot of things here I feel like I want to make sure I'm up to date on, especially if I've been wanting to lab out different things too, like testing the character weight, since I'm not sure they have that information available anywhere, so I started just testing my own ways and trying to figure out ways to do that, just at least get a base idea of what I should expect when using certain characters. I do this a lot with Smash Bros, particularly Smash 64 and a good chunk of Melee. But I haven't done nearly as much with multiverses yet, so so the whiff, this kind of makes sense. It is a nerf. It makes me on whiff cancel. Like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, being able to spam moves, I'm always against being able to spam moves a whole bunch, so that for me is fine. The startup window makes sense. It's not a big thing for her though, so should be fine. It's a very minor nerf, probably not even noticeable under a lot of circumstances. So now we're rabbit combos into ground down attack 2. Oh, well, that's good. I didn't realize that wasn't connecting well. Air fix. Okay, now maintains more momentum. On hit, cancel window delayed 7 frames. Yeah, I can get that. It's a lot of people just fly in with that because it's pretty safe, you know. And if you can just keep spamming it, even if you're missing, because it lingers out quite a bit too when you miss. So, oh, this is on hit, not on whiff. If it was on whiff, I would kind of get it more. Maybe it is because it just lingers so long. I don't know. It's been. I really can't say that much. I haven't figured out hardly a lot either. So, but now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Okay, fix certain projectiles clank. Now maintains more momentum. Projectile clank interactions. Fix projectile clank interactions. Ground down special. Fix an issue where the projectile would be destroyed if Harley was interrupted during the attack. Fix certain Okay, so here's another thing too with Harley Quinn that I gotta point out too. They were talking about adding more attacks to things that are on cooldowns, you know, and making it more like they did it for Batman. Like Batman's got a whole bunch of reworks he's had go flying around here. Okay, now he's got like they made his punch a little bit better, right? Now Velma's got a down book special. Like to be fair, Velma could use a lot more than that. Like they're adding things you can do while things are on cooldown. Bugs Bunny, his neutral special like spikes really well apparently. That's what I heard. So like I gotta ask, does Harley have stuff that she could do when her down specials on cooldown? Because she can't do down special missions because of that, you know. I'm just saying, like people are like just we need to like I'm gonna start a petition like revive Harley and Velma, you know. I miss Harley and Velma from the first. Well, Harley actually doesn't change that much from the first game. It's more so just general nerfs, but I miss Velma from the first game, and I want to see a Harley where she gets this treatment too a little bit. You know, I feel like because she's just mid tier, she's not bad enough to require a whole bunch of attention, but she's also just not good enough so people don't care because people hate fun. I don't know. Anyways, okay, I'm not trying to trash out a bunch of people here. You know, I should tell myself from that. Don't be an a-hole. There's no reason to be that. But man, I want to see Harley getting some more stuff here. She needs you gotta spice it up. Just spice of life. Give her some of the stuff you give other characters. Okay. Iron Giant has many changes to knockback skills, dodge, boost, and attack windows on hit, and adjusted to rage mode in this patch. Raid mode. They need to get rid of that move. Like I've been saying this for a bit, but I feel like you gotta take out a rage mode out, at least out of the normal modes. Like he can't have rage mode if he's gonna be that big and he's gonna be this kind of character. He can't have rage mode. That's too much to balance, man. You can't really figure it out that well in testing either, which hopefully they're gonna fix that with the lab. Like, yeah, it's just you gotta just I think you just gotta get rid of rage mode. I don't think it's a good idea to bring a comeback mechanic like that onto a character who is already this polarizing. Like, it's just too much, man. Like, because then you are always going to nerf his like base moves because he has a rage mode. So that makes it hard for people to do stuff with him. And then you remove all of his infinites. And it's like, okay, he's only good in rage mode now. Like, come on, guys. You got too many eggs in this basket or something. I don't know. That's probably just a me thing, but I feel like if you remove rage mode, most people wouldn't care. Unless they're just people who like just mashing buttons in rage mode, which is also fair. But again, I would recommend giving the ability to play broken characters in like an async mode. Like, if you can still have this in the game, just make it like a mutator, right? Like, you can fight Feral Gizmo, you can fight Megalodog, you can fight Shaggy, Season 1 Shaggy, with his broken rage. Like, he goes Super Saiyan after taking so much damage. Like you can still have these things in the game, just like make a stupid mode for it, right? Like, make busted characters, and then you could have the rage mode in there, and you can. I think that would be a way better way to do this instead of trying to like balance rage mode on top of Iron Giant, or like Shaggy's rage has been nerfed quite a bit, which it definitely needed to be at first. I feel like he's in a decent spot now. He still feels oppressive at times with what he can do. He's still got good movement, but he doesn't feel nearly as deadly as he used to be. So like, he doesn't just ring people out with his uppercut super well now since they changed it more horizontal. So whereas Iron Giant, like, he's just a hard character to balance anyways. So, but yeah, that's my take on rage mode. Just make a busted mode, put stuff like that in there. Yeah, you can, and if you're not sure what to make for them, just take their best version of a move and slap it into that mode. So, yeah, and you can make it so Harley's taunts will just like cancel end leg on her moves. So she's just trash talking the whole time, which would really fit for a busted Harley. Like, if we want a mode that makes sense for Harley, she's gonna be trash talking every time she's hitting you with mallets and explosions and like I'm not wrong. All right, that's what we need. Anyways, I'm rambling. That's for like the whole multiverse video I want to make. Anyways, make sure to mislide if he was transformed into a chicken while in rage mode. Hey, cutie. Okay, passive burst cooldown during rage mode increased to 45 seconds. Burst cooldown during burst cooldown. I don't know which move that is necessarily. Burst to match default cooldown timing. What's his burst? Is that his nuts and bolts? Yeah, I don't know what that is, so I would guess it's like the nuts and bolts thing, but I think it gives him like super armor. Or just super armor, I guess, kind of. No, it's like quintuple armor. Pentagon armor. The pentuple armor. Quint. Isn't Quint is it's like 9, isn't it? I forget. Quasi-modal armor. Ground out attack. Startup reduced 3 frames. Knockback increased to 1550 from 1450. Now moves forward while performing this attack to make it easier to connect. Now moves forward. This is foot slam, I'm thinking. Knockback angle made more horizontal. Oh, that's his fist, right? On hit cancel. So he's one of the characters that launches downward with his attack, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna make that horizontal still because it's Iron Giant. He's too big. He has too much reach. Round up attack. Start up window before charge reduce 2 frames. Okay. His up attack is faster, which is already kind of a kill move. At least before charge. I don't know if that changes the activation of it after charge. I would assume no, because it says it's a buff, so otherwise I feel like we'd just do a squiggly line. Air neutral. Final hit knockback will now always hit away from Iron Giant. Knockback angle made more downward to allow ground bounces. So that's like his spinning legs. Air side attack now maintains less momentum. Platform, air down platform, air ground up special. Now we do less momentum during attack startup. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I haven't played against him enough or with him enough to really understand most of this, but okay. Rage ground side special. Projectiles now ignore platforms. Good. Rage down attack no longer spawns a shockwave. Okay. That's probably what that did. It's hard to tell with all the other crap happening, but probably what that did. Air ground side special. Fix an issue where Iron Giant could spawn 2 plasma orbs in quick succession. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna keep saying this. Make a different mode where you have your busted rage modes, and just work on base Iron Giant. Maybe we can add rage mode, I guess, because I don't like the idea of him having to mostly, like, most of his nerfs just being because of rage mode. Like, it's not, I don't know, maybe people really like rage mode, but again, make that a separate mode. Make that a separate mode for all the characters. Give them all the busted stuff. Well, I'm gonna keep saying that until they try it and it's actually bad, and then I feel really dumb about it, but I'm gonna keep saying it. Mark my words. I will die on this hill. Clip it and put that on TikTok. I actually turned that setting on. I'm not gonna upload on TikTok, that's for sure. Jake will strong from a distance. Jake was lacking in ways to approach opponents outside of using his spike command grab that led to a significant reward. Yeah. He's... Because even his stretchy arm fist, not even that great for approaching, especially because you can trade with it since it's his fist, so you kick it, it doesn't have like a whole bunch of priority, so you at least can trade well with Jake. So even though he has good range, you can still trade, so. Oh hi, what happening? Okay, so yeah, I was kind of thinking the idea of making Jake more of a tank, I think would be cool. Make him heavier. Feather friend, the feather first of thirst, hour of hydrate, tolls at the battle from atop your chamber cooler. Hold the raven nevermore. It's a good idea. Got my chilled coffee, but let's get some regular H2O in us. Okay. Ground side attack. Startup window reduced 3 frames. Okay. Knockback scaling increase from 17.5 to from 16.5. But that's with side attack 3. Okay. Ground neutral attack. Ground neutral. Oh yeah, the spike ball. Uncharged knockback increased to 1600 from 1500. Scaling increased from 290 from 18.5. Knockback getting more horizontal. Okay. I mean, I mostly use that for like ledge traps at times. Like if I see someone trying to get in, I'll like prep that at times. Especially if my buddy's able to juggle them for a second. That just seems like that's gonna be even better for that situation. It's also an armor break move too, so I do like that neutral attack. He has some pretty good anti-armor moves. It's probably the reason I was even thinking he is kind of a tank. He's not a bunch of armor, but he's anti-armor, so he's like a different kind of tank. Well, I feel like they should just make him like kind of this heavy little guy. I think it'd fit for Jake too. Just give him like... I feel like the tank role would work for Jake. I think it'd be a really good role for him. He's like a support character, but more, yeah, right? Like, that's gotta be canon. I do want to play Jake and Finn a bit more, too. Jake is definitely a lot harder to play, so... on with cancel, window delayed 8 frames. Yeah, it makes sense, yeah. Because sometimes you would just... You could kind of just spam it there, just... Whip bap, whip bap, whip bap. Ground up attack. Forearm and... Hand hurtbox are now invulnerable if the attack at least. Oh! Oh dang. Oh dang. It's a disjoint when you charge it at least halfway. That's... Ooh, that could... It probably won't... Oh, that sounds really good though. Like, getting it charged up oftentimes is better for you because you extend the range just a little bit. Charging it up 50% I can see being very doable, and then super... Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna be too busted or not. They might have to add some whiff cooldown or something, maybe. Maybe decrease the range a little bit. Maybe it'll be fine, but I'm thinking about that move and that sounds kind of scary. Ground down attack. Startup window before charge reduced 2 frames. Oh my gosh, also increased knockback to 1450 from 1250. Okay, they added repeat frame knockout or lockout, so I think that makes sense, especially for his like Orla's neutral up and down attacks. I feel like that's a good choice, but maybe that's more me, but yeah. Ooh, air neutral attack. Knockback reduced to 1400 from 2000. Okay. Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be more of a combo move. Knockback eliminated down to allow ground bounces. Okay. Oops. Punch my mic. Cancel window into air neutral attack. Special follow-up advance 3 frames. Oh. Huh, so you can like wait a little longer? Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. More momentum, okay. Makes sense, because it's the aerial thing. Repeat move lockout increased to 20. Wait. Wait. I know they were talking about how you... No, I think it's so weird, because they had the repeat move. So, the way it was before, you would do attack to attack, and that would go from belly to spin, right? But then they changed it, so you could either do belly to belly, or belly to special. However, with repeat move lockout at this large of a rate, was there a point in even changing that at all? Because now you might as well just hit attack anything else, or attack to special. Like, is there... I mean, I imagine it's probably because also you would need to take into consideration you do attack to special, whereas maybe if you do an attack to side attack, it might not transition well because you might actually just get both inputs of attack. But that also feels like something you could just fix in the move itself. But so I guess there's a reason for the possible change, but that just feels weird to add that much repeat move lockout, because you went from attack to special for a reason, and that reason is kind of like not even there anymore. Like, you could slot it back in and it'd be fine. But I don't know. Anyways, it's just a weird change to me. Air up attack now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Okay. Air up attack 2 knockback reduced. Oh, but the form and hand box are invulnerable. Okay. Now this move was not great for comboing into it. It was like very difficult to do so. And I think this added momentum might not even necessarily help that. But it is also like an up air attack, and part of the difficulty of doing that is enemy positioning too, so I can see why they would reduce the knockback, and then the added vulnerability will definitely help a lot for that. So I think it's a fine change overall. Hopefully hopefully that makes it makes it even easier to connect into, because then they can't try to push that little wiggly arm. Yeah. Anyways, air down attack now allows fast fall during attack startup. Okay, now it takes less momentum in opposite direction. Jake's facing. Okay, startup window reduced 2 frames. Ooh, visual where Jake would not always hop on it. I remember I saw that before where Jake was like doing it to me as like a computer. I feel like this was a problem in the beta, where like he started bouncing on my head with the first hit, and then his like skateboard and his helmet both disappeared, and he was just frozen in time, just jumping on my head, and I'm like, oh, what the dog doing? Anyways, Jake can no longer jump while there are enemies in his stomach. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Minimum eat time reduced to 0.7. Minimum eat time. And when you use your time mashing out, eaten enemies now escape if Jake attempts to ring himself out in the bottom blast zone. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that move is, I think, is still fine like that. I assume the maximum eat time, like, it scales a lot more than 2 with more damage you've taken. So, well, maybe not. Maybe that means the scaling has now been greatly reduced. Hopefully that doesn't affect him too much. Yeah, I think he'll be fine though. At the very least, removing the jump isn't like a huge deal, probably. So, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Put my mic mute over here. No, you guys might be asking, yes, why are you even worried about that? And to that I say, I don't know, man. Hey, man, I don't know. That's my answer. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm losing frames. What the phony baloney is this? Dragon, are you downloading unsavory content from the interwebs? It might be the fact that, let me just check. Just gonna do that for a moment. Double check. Yeah, double check. See what, see what might be. Dragon is uploading a lot of stuff. What the frick? I'm gonna ask her about this, why it's uploading for her. I think that's causing my frames to drop. Or at least were causing my frames to drop. Yeah, I see Dragon's uploading stuff right now, and I don't know why, but that was a lot of information. I don't know what she would be uploading normally, so I figured I'd check. Seems fine now. Okay. That was very weird how much upload was going on there. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I'm a little worried. It could be malware. The other thing is it could be Windows. Like, I know Windows is kind of obnoxious at times what it wants to allocate for your resources. So that's probably why. Yeah, there's a reason I try to use Ubuntu more for my daily drivers. And it's mostly because it's less likely to throttle everything just so it can crash. If you have newer hardware, it's probably fine, but if you might have something a little bit on the older end, ooh, it starts to get real sketchy, the stability you can get out of Windows 10. It's better now. It is better now. It was horrible through, like, the first 5 years of its life cycle for me. Like, just the constant updates and the ways to fix them kept changing based on what Windows would change, and then would not release a similar fix for that later, even though the problem was still occurring. And so that's part of the reason I'm not upgrading to Windows 11 right now, because it feels like Windows. It feels like Microsoft is just trying to get into that market instead. So I am not interested in trying to Windows 11 anytime soon. I will wait until hopefully there are any issues. Well, you can't really use new hardware with it very well anyway, so you can't use it without new hardware anyways, so that's just a whole other thing. I don't know how long my frames are having issues there. A lot of frames were dropped though. Hopefully that's fine. I mean, at the very least I got a recording going, you know. Anyways, let's talk about forearm. We're talking about ground air down attack. Yeah, just stay limber Air ground side special. Okay, fixation we can float at the top left, so if you whiffed this attack under certain conditions. Okay, now ignores player collisions during movement. Player collisions now ignores player. Get stuck next to. Oh, okay, okay. Right. Stay limber perk. Fixing where Jake would not bounce if the player held a down input. Oh. That's interesting. Okay, that's probably the one where the house falls down, right? Yeah, okay, now I get it. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're trying to do a fast fall in there and then suddenly you don't bounce. I probably did that myself. Air neutral attack, momentum. Now it is more momentum, 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 momentum. Jason has been touched too much. I feel like Jason's in a decent spot. Like, as far as how well he can destroy my gizmo, it's like... it really gives you very strong Jason vibes, if this is the best way I can describe it. Because like at first you're fighting him and like, yeah, he's strong, but if you keep your distance, you're okay. He's so slow, he can't catch up to you, and you're like just okay, just keep away from him, you'll be fine, guys. And then suddenly he's next to you and he is hitting you so hard, and then he's just imposing his rage. He's got his big huge honking attacks. He puts you in a sleeping bag, he crunches you up in a bed, suddenly you're just dying and you don't know what to do about it. And now they also added armor onto his neutral special in the air, which is really interesting, because I might be wrong about this, but right now I don't think there are like any other attacks, aerial attacks, that have armor besides maybe Shaggy's enraged specials, and that's it, which is a more niche scenario. You know, you have to actually get that charge going. I could be wrong about that. There might be something I'm forgetting, but yeah, that's like as far as attacks go, there are not many that have armor in the air, so that takes Jason from a tank who didn't have armor to now having one of the few attacks in the air with armor. So he is going to grab you and you will die. So I think that is another thing for like a good mix-up for Jason that is kind of scary to deal with. I feel like he's in a good spot, as much as I feel like I don't want to fight him, but I feel like he's in a good spot. So, also Jack wasn't touched on this, was he? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I know Jack is more of a noob killer, and that's probably a lot of issues that I had with him. And I don't think there's a lot of ways that I would recommend nerfing him right now. Just because I feel like that'd be hard to do. So looking at other characters who might struggle from the bottom up makes more sense to me, before just nerfing Jack more. I still don't like him, but I don't have a good solution for Jack. Besides, I need to learn the matchup more, and maybe other characters should be allowed to shine more. Like one of my biggest issues with Jack too is I feel like my Gizmo struggles a lot with him. Stripe feels pretty good against him. Shaggy doesn't even feel super great against him either. It's like the lack of disjoints just makes it really hard. It seems like he has pretty good priority otherwise. So like characters like Stripe though, feel like I do alright against him with. And a lot of it has been trying to learn and being salty about it. Part of learning him is I've been playing him a lot, been winning a lot. I kind of don't even like it. I feel gross so often winning with Jack. But again, I don't know what I'd nerf necessarily, because he has a lot of offensive options. And when he has to go defensive, those options are pretty good. And sometimes they can be, those two can just like, oh, you're trying to overwhelm me with a projectile. Well, I neutral specialed it and now it's flying back at you. And that's like, sometimes just really hard to deal with when your one thing you're trying to get in with is flying back at your face along with Jack. So it's not like a busted neutral special reversal, but I would say it's definitely not one of the worst ones out there, especially when you have characters like Shaggy who don't have good projectile options to begin with. So I mean, Shaggy does have some decent mobility and stuff like that too. But he just, and he has his own sandwich too, which is not a bad thing to start spamming out. Like, as much as it seems cheesy to do it, if I'm like facing a Shaggy with a person with a projectile and he starts throwing sandwiches, it's just, or if I'm Jack and he just starts throwing sandwiches, like, yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. So, like, I definitely don't hate him for it. I was facing a Shaggy with my Jack, and I remember kind of won the first match. I won the first match. Second match, he started doing some sandwiches, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try to parry those. Which, the clean the air perk is such a high risk, low reward thing. It's not worth it. So I tried to do neutral special with. I was missing it up a bit, and like, I don't blame him doing the sandwiches. Like, midway through the second fight, he's like teabagging a little bit though, but then we get to like the last stock scenario. We both hit each other with big moves and both go blasting in different directions and respawn at the same time. That was a silly match, man. But I also don't blame him for like, I'd be a little salty fighting that Jack too. I don't know if I had teabag, but I'd be a little salty fighting that Jack too, man. Not gonna lie. His cover options are just good, man. And he can mix up in so many ways. It's a bit intense. Anyway, let's get on to the L's now. I have way too much to say about this game. I am not even that much of a like high-end player. I'm like intermediate, I think, pretty sure. Like, my Giz was like top 800, but that's been a slow climb lately. Yeah, that's right. Gizmo's top 800. Heck, I'd even say top 500. Easy. Both 1s and 2s. That's right, I'll say it. Pretty good over here. As number 1 cutest and top 500 Gizmo. That's what LeBron buffs. Heck yeah, how's it going, cheese? Well, they added the auto tech stuff. So they started adding more downward momentum things, and LeBron had some different downward combo routes, so they added that back in. Excuse me. So yeah, they added some. They're also trying to take his cooldown maneuvers and making them a little bit better. Because they were. I watched the VOD of the live stream about it, and they were talking about how do I want to phrase this? I'm trying to remember what they said and then phrase it too in a succinct manner, but now my brain's just slowing down. How a lot of characters, they already are kind of trying to make their cooldown maneuvers, like, they don't want them to like overshine their on cooldown variants, but they also figure they want to give them some utility. Like, they gave Velma a ability to hit with her book when using her down special. I feel like they need to revamp that a little bit, like get a closed book maybe, because the open book looks weird. Like a closed book to pat. But I do like the approach to it too. It's still kind of a similar animation too, so it's like a similar vibe. Anyways, point is, LeBron, I'm getting distracted. LeBron, he has a similar thing where like most of his moves are just on cooldown. They have on cooldown variants, and they didn't want to be, all encompassing, but they figured they'd change him up. And honestly, I think you could make a lot of his on cooldown things as good as his off cooldown. You just might need to nerf the basketball bounces a little bit, which I think would be kind of fine at times. Like, if they only have so much life, they can only hit so many people. Getting so many notifications for appointments coming up, jeepers. So yeah, I feel like you could do with LeBron, especially if you're going to add other on cooldown things. Like, they need to add some for Harley too. Gotta do it, man. She's like one of the few characters who doesn't really have any anymore. Who doesn't have any. Mixed Messiah. Alright, so let's start reading LeBron though. I'm gonna double check these messages, make sure I'm not missing something. Yeah, everything looks good for now. Okay, general basketball hit size and increase to better match visuals. Ground Ooh. I feel like for some counterplay, I don't know if that makes the hurt box different, actually. I was gonna say if there was like any kind of hurt box, because I don't know if the hurt box and the hitbox are the same on projectiles like that, but like I'm wondering if, say with Jack, I want to grab a basketball. If the hitbox is bigger, does that also mean the hurt box is bigger? Or will that make it harder to grab? Because that's an important note for like defensive play that I want to make sure I'm understanding. Especially because I feel like sometimes, yeah, reflecting LeBron's basketball, like say with Jack's neutral special, is so handy to use at times. Because then suddenly the ball is bouncing around between them instead, so you add another character into the field that's suddenly now yours. Ground side attack, hitbox size increased, hitbox active duration. I haven't used them enough either to know a lot about these changes, so mostly faced him recently. I do want to play him more. He is a fun character to play, so I'm definitely not great with him, but he's definitely fun to play. Startup window reduced 3 frames. Gone route to attack. Okay, ground neutral attack basketball. Startup window before charge reduced 3 frames. I should probably take a bathroom break here in a moment. After we get through LeBron, I am taking so long with these patch notes. Like it's gonna, yeah, the game's already the game's already updating now. Like I knew I should start this early, so let me just I guess I should shut down the game. I can get it downloading too, so let's go to downloads. We have multiverses going. Hopefully this doesn't throttle my stuff too much, but I do have it what's the word? Throttle, so it should hopefully be fine. Let me get back to my Discord because that's where I'm reading most of this. Okay, let's go back. Let's finish up LeBron. After that, I'll go take a stretch break. I'm not dropping frames. I'm pretty sure I dropped a lot earlier with whatever Greg's PC was doing. I guess I could also. I forgot to play my music or something, or it's just not playing. No, yeah, it stopped. I'm sorry. You guys just had to deal with me talking. Ugh. I'm just thinking about it. Oh, it feels so good. I don't even know if that's better or not for you guys, but feels studs. This spoils. Chat. Let's put that like right there. Whoops. I can't. My hands. Why are my hands so... Got it, I'm getting it. How did I grab that? Help! There, I did it. First try. It's not that worth it at that point. Actually, it's better right here anyways. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Is that worth it? I don't know, man. Wait, I could do group chat like this. Yeah, no, this is totally making sense now, guys. What am I doing? Why? I've committed now, though. I'm almost there. Should finish what I started. No, let me grab this thing. There we go. Jeepers. I have too many layers here. This is where I put all my shuffler stuff that I haven't played in forever, and I really should. What if I just do this? Yo, is this perfect? I think it is. Glorious. Alright, we got there. And don't mind me. I just take another break in your second to do something stupid. Outside attack basketball. Also, that's how you're doing, cheese. You might just be lurking and stuff, but ground neutral attack basketball. Ground side attack. Startup window reduce 3 frames. Okay. So yeah, his little slap. Yeah, because that's a that's a standard basketball maneuver. When you're on defense, like you're still doing things. So heck, if anything, maybe one way to balance LeBron too is like he doesn't necessarily get a ball back each time he hits somebody, but hitting enemies with these attacks reduces his cooldown. Like that could be like a passive perk they give him. Also, it could tie into his friends hitting enemies to reduce those cooldowns. So like if he takes a ball out and he throws it and he uses it again, he expends it in a certain way, like it doesn't come back right away just from hitting a character. But like hitting them more and more it's like a comeback mechanic. I guess not a comeback, it's a snowball mechanic. It might be a little busted, but mostly saying that too so you can kind of, maybe give a little more precedence to his dunk maneuver, but that could be a horrible idea too, and if they try to do that, it could just be absolute garbo. Okay, I just realized my preview window broke itself. Okay, it's fine. I wanted to make sure I was still streaming and stuff too. So yeah, that would be one thing I could recommend for LeBron. It could be a horrible idea though. Like I'll just say that it could be bad, so take that with a grain of salt. But I still like the idea of LeBron as it is. So I don't necessarily want to like heavily encourage that change. But if there's an area, if they were worried about it, that would be a thing I'd suggest. But I don't think it's actually a huge deal right now either. Against, or it can feel like a lot when those balls are bouncing around, but there is some counterplay to it. And if you push LeBron and his partner from being able to utilize that kind of stuff, it can just be very hard for them anyway. So like making sure to plan accordingly. Like a lot of characters do have some decent anti-projectile maneuvers, like I was saying, Jack is one of the characters. Gizmo with his umbrella, possibly his down special on the ground too, can be super effective for that. Garnet is actually probably one of the better characters, even though her neutral special normally isn't that great at catching things. LeBron's balls are an area where like she can be a bit more effective. So yeah, there is counterplay to the balls too. So balls. So we will choose uncharged damage increased to 6 from 5. Ooh. Ground neutral attack. Oh, that's when he like shoves. Yeah, it's like his shoulder tackle. Dang. Just uncharged damage, knockback scaling. Charge maximum damage. Oh, but maximum damage is reduced. Okay. I think it makes sense here. Probably makes sense. I haven't played enough or against him enough to know, but hitbox now better matches the visuals. Ground down. Oh yeah, okay. Knock randomly more downward to allow ground bounces. Nice. Tripping him up. Sped up start time by 6 frames for his side attack. Ooh boy. Ooh, that rung me out before on the 3rd hit. So low a percentage. Well, not so low. It was Townsville and I was Gizmo. So that's probably why. Which is why I sometimes playing Gizmo, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna die, aren't I? Like, I got these guys up to 140% damage, but they hit me with a few moves under 100 and I'm dead. So that's one of the downsides of being a fuzzball who can't slug all the time. So he is still really good. Gotta be S tier. Like, I definitely don't disagree with that. Like, I'm just bad a lot of times, but like he has just so many tools. So anyways, yeah, that side attack is pretty good too. Anyways, watch out for that thing, man. I think can ring you out, like start getting over 100%. I just get rung out pretty easy. Ground down attack. Startup window reduce 6 frames. Oh yeah, the slap the ground thing. On hit cancel window advanced 18 frames. Jeepers. Ground up attack. That must be a really long move then on hit. Or just a really long move in general, too. Ground up attack, no basketball. Startup window reduce 6 frames. On hit, active duration increase 3 frames. I'm trying to remember that move. I think it's just like a spin or something like that. On hit cancel window advance 5 frames. LeBron now moves forward while performing this attack to make it easier to connect. Yeah, they did it with Velma too. Those kind of things sometimes would feel really bad, especially because they're like such like pretty small hitboxes overall. So allowing the character to move a little bit can be a lot better to just let you catch somebody, especially if they're coming in for a spike and you're just not moving at all. Especially with some of the charge differences now where you can maintain more momentum, so seems like a necessary change there. Air neutral attack basketball. Now maintains more momentum during the attack start. Oh, I was gonna go pot. We'll do it after LeBron here. God, so many. Bleh. God, so many changes, LeBron. Bleh. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Now more momentum attack startup. Now attack startup. Attack startup. Attack startup. Attack down attack basketball. Air down attack basketball. Now allows fast fall during the startup. Nice. Feather friend, the second hour of hydrate tolls at the bell from top of ship. That's a good point there, Hibernate Raven. I will refill my bottle here in a second, actually. Now allows fast fall during startup. Damage increased to 8 from 6. Hitbox increased from animation. Now allows fast fall during attack startup. Now maintains momentum when executed as part of a dodge. Okay, sour spot removed. That's right, so now it spikes all the time. It's a pretty good move, too. So now we're going to reduce 3 frames. Oh, dang. Alright. I'm going to get up and do that potty break now, then. Love your beam, my dudes. Alrighty. I left my cat face in a funny place. Also my text. Get taxidy. Get taxidermy. Let's go. And let's test it too. Nice. Someday I'll get my webcam back. Someday. Alright. Oh, I need to. Alright, adjusting my seating a little bit. I think I'm good now. Yeah, most of LeBron's changes. Like there's that jab, neutral. A lot of the other stuff is just a lot of the aerial attack and the no basketball version, really. On a few moves, so yeah. Marvin, while successful from a distance, Marvin was lacking ways to properly box with opponents in a meaningful way. We have improved Marvin's overall combo game and made him easier for a newer player to pick up and try. Interesting. This includes a return to his neutral special button being an active part of his kit as a combo starter. Oh yeah, because Mario was also experiencing moments where projectiles when I hit an opponent after dodging it at any time. We are looking into a fix for this in an upcoming patch. Neutral special has been adjusted to address part of this issue in this patch. Round dash attack. Damage increases to 8 from 6. Dash attack better connects all 3 hits reliably. Okay. Round side attack. Hit bar reduce. Damage increase to 4 from 3. On hit cancel window. Advance 1 frame. Hit pause reduce. Now can on hit cancel into a faster version of round up attack? Interesting. Okay. Round down attack. Hitbox size reduced so the attack is less likely to hit behind Marvin. Okay. Startup would increase 1 frame. On with cancel and delayed 7 frames. I think those are all good. His down attack was pretty good to kind of hold out at times to catch enemies, so adding a bit of whiff on there makes sense. Like, give it a bit of high risk, high reward stuff going on. So, air, ground, neutral attack. Bubbling a projectile will reset its history, allowing it to hit fighters that have already dodged the attack. Oh, okay, because that's the bubble he uses. That's interesting. So I guess that's how they manage whether a projectile will hit you again, which is a little confusing to me, what this hit history is about. Because I know before I've parried Bug's rocket and it did nothing to it. It just hit me. I had the clear the air perk on too when I did it. So I parried his rocket and then it just hits me, and so I was thinking like, dang, did that just not work for whatever reason? Did the clear the air actually break it to the point where it hit me? So yeah, that's probably the reason too. I feel like perks like that are like not good at all. Being able to destroy a projectile by just dodging through it at that point would be nice, especially if it's the rocket. So be a better use for clear the air rather than parrying it, because it's so high risk, low reward. Anyways, I'm rambling. Fix certain projectile clank interactions. Okay, that probably makes sense. Wait, neutral attack ground. Oh yeah, because you could splash it at people. Kinda, because it doesn't travel when it's on cooldown. Yeah. Now maintains more momentum in the direction Marvin is facing during the attack. That's his foot. Okay, and then less momentum in the opposite direction. Air ground's neutral special. Reversing up this, a lot of these momentum changes feel like we'll definitely want to go into the lab, which it should be downloaded here now. So it's pretty close. Definitely feel like a lot of them want to bring it to the lab. I'll probably stop streaming after this anyways. I should get some food in that. I want to play with Dragon on this stuff too. Might stream it. We'll talk with her a little bit too, just to make sure. But yeah, might just do a recording. Make a record. Air ground neutral special. Reverse the projectile will reset its hit history, allowing it to hit fighters that have already dodged the attack. Okay. Okay. I wonder what other stuff they might be doing, because they're talking about like doing changes for projectiles not hitting. It almost makes it sound like this might not fix everything at the moment, so I'm wondering what else they might be looking at with that. Like, how often is that an issue with reverse projectiles? Is that what's related to clear the air? Is there like some reverse projectile code that just doesn't work then? So, yeah. Now allows more air control during the attack. Hitbox size increased. Wait. Now this is the button. Air control during hitbox sizing. Hitbox active duration increased 6 frames. Okay. Morty, our favorite bruiser. Ground side attack. Neutral attack follow-up. Whip. No longer classified as a projectile hit. Oh, that's interesting. They also might want to figure out if some of Eldman's moves are considered projectiles or not, because they're called projectiles, but they're actually just disjoints, so. Adjusted animation so Morty does not snap into his previous attack pose on the first frame. Does not snap into his previous attack pose on the first frame. Probably just an aesthetic thing, I'm guessing. So does not snap into his previous attack. Large window delayed 3 frames, attack timing updated to compensate. This should help in situations where players were accidentally charging the attack for a few frames, causing the jab combo to whiff. Oh. Oh, wait, okay. I think I understand. That is it's weird, it's interesting, whatever it is. Oh, because if he's snapping his animation, the cue for what is going on for when you start charging that third attack is off. Yeah, okay. And then you want to change the charge window. Yeah. So visually, it was not matching up with whatever mechanically was going on with Morty. Okay, that makes more sense. I understand now. Took me a bit to figure out what's going on there. I don't play Morty enough. I played him like a little bit in some 1v1 ranked when I got the skin for him, so I could just grind a little extra some of the other points and stuff. I might load up the game still here in a little bit to show off some of the stuff too. Before I quit for the moment, but yeah. We still have a ways to go, I'm sure. Because I'm slow. Ground up attack. Damage increase to 6 from 5. Knockback increase 130. Fixed issue. The attacks on hit cancel window was not being a knock. No, that is some knockback. Holy cow. This is gun up attack, I'm pretty sure. I think it only works on cooldown though, so that's, well, it's a lot of damage. You can only do it so often, I think. With I'm guessing this is. I'm guessing this is while it's not on cooldown. I have to test that too because I don't know what hitting people with a gun on cooldown is like. As part of, there's a lot of stuff I still need to lab out, so I should check that too. Air neutral attack maintains more momentum. Air side attack 1 and 2. More momentum. Air side attack 2. Hitbox size now better matches visuals. Air down attack, more momentum. Ground side special. Fixed an issue with the earth pillar. Aimer could not be controlled when near breaks in terrain. That's weird. Air ground up special. That's the spaceship. They need to give him an on cooldown version where he just waves his hands up in the air and nothing happens. Like it's you got the animation there. He like slaps him a little bit, like pee, pee, pee. You even have that part of the attack, just pee, pee, pee. Like less than 1 damage, just slapping him. Like doesn't even cause hit stun, just causes a slight amount of damage and knockback. Or he's just slapping him in the face. Anyways, Rain Dog is a character who was meant to have success as a teammate, but was lacking enough utility to bring to a team compared to others. Okay, I haven't been playing him much yet. Another character on the radar of like, which one of the next characters should I play? I ended up playing Tom and Jerry more just because I could get a outfit for him and kind of wanted to try him out more. It was between him or Rain Dog as far as the options were for that. Rain Dog's combo game because they're both mages, you know. Combo game by returning the side air attack to a ground bounce combo starter, leading to improvements in the 1v1 space. In this patch, we are addressing 2v2 space. We have improved tether usage, increased KO power when thrown by a teammate. Oh, nice. And also improved the movement for down air to allow better team follow-ups for KOs. Okay, so I'm very tired. I'm trying to make sure I'm processing all this properly. Maybe not a great day to stream, but dang it, I'm excited for this. Air down attack now pays more momentum. Has this big old tail whip. Air ground neutral special. Cooldown reduced to 60 seconds from 24. Down neutral special. The gem. Yeah, that's it. Pretty sure that's a gem. Yeah. Air up switch to allow ally throw knockback scale increase to 21 from 17. Okay. Just a few changes for him, nothing huge. Rick has seen improvements to special attacks, and with this patch we are improving Rick's overall combo game. In seasons prior, we saw a main focus on usage of Rick's jab. Yep. So we have improved his other tools to allow for a more unique approach to his combat. Round side attack, startup window before charge, reduce 1 frame. Okay, make it a little bit. Yeah. Still fixing his jab. Hitbox placement adjusted better connect with ground side attack 3. Okay, that's fair. Knockback angle made more downward to better connect with. Okay. Fix an issue where preventing a branch into an aerial dodge. Ooh, I wonder if maybe I should have been trying to DI up to get out of the rocket more. Maybe even up and towards them. Might be worth something trying to. Because oftentimes I would try to DI it up and back and up and down. Or down and away. Maybe I should be doing more like just up or up, even up towards them. Also just might help me live anyways, because then the trajectory isn't so... I just DI myself in the blast zone, because it will read me out eventually. And, yeah, I gotta be careful about that if I'm just adding fuel to the fire. Alright. Not dropping frames anymore, so there's that. Knockback angle made more horizontal. More horizontal. Yeah, probably up and towards them then would be the best, seemingly the best way to survive this. Might not be many ways getting out of this, just up and towards them. I think I should start trying more, see what that gets me. Ground down attack. Fart bomb spawn timer advanced 12 frames. On whiff cancel window delay 12 frames. Oh man, they're making it stinky. Air neutral attack. Less momentum. Oh, extreme travel speed glitch. Okay. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Oh, the pelvis. Okay. That move is dangerous. On with cancel. They need to. They should do a repeat move lock on it, maybe? Yeah, it's probably fine. It's not like he's getting that pelvis thrust that often. I do try to do it quite often, but maybe that works more on computers than when you're just comboing them against a wall. Cromulence pelvis thrust, just boom, 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 boom. Okay, air up attack, momentum changes, air down attack. Now allows fast fall during attack startup. Ground neutral special, Gulf B6 active hitbox duration increased 2 frames, Gulf B6 knockback scaling increased to 15 from 11. Okay. Fix an issue where Rick could cancel spawning. The second portal animation lead to an undetected combo routes. Okay, fix where Rick could teleport run out fighters, cause them to be stuck in eternal limbo. That's my favorite. Fix an issue where multiple fighters be teleported at the same time unintentionally. Unintentionally. But could you intentionally teleport? Yeah, I don't know. Hitbox active duration increased 5 frames. Now matches air version. Ground up special. Okay. Must have been pretty small on the ground. Okay. They basically, I guess maybe the grounded version of this wasn't as effective even, but as intended. Oh, Samurai Jack is an S. Okay, they did do some changes to Samurai Jack. Okay. With the introduction of the tech system, we've added more attacks that lead to ground bonuses for commissars. Ground side attack 3, hit pause reduced. Ground neutral attack. Uncharged hitbox size reduced. Dude. Yeah, that sword pokes so far. Like, following up like one of his aerials and they get launched far away, just throwing out this and it covers so much. This is one of the attacks I'm talking about, like you want to try to dodge through, but you don't want to act right away because you're still in the hitbox. But if you act too slowly, they're just gonna like jab you or roll out of the way eventually. Like, so it, yeah, this thing is huge. I guess that's one way to do it, is that, yeah, just maybe not have this dude stretch so far when he's doing it uncharged. That would seemingly be a good way to do that, because this move is fully charged is already ridiculous too, so just covers so many weird options because it's like slashing a beetle thing. Anyways, I'm rambling. Ground up attack. Second hit knockback angle mainboard downward to allow ground bounces. Okay, hit pause reduced. Okay. I don't know, it's saying hit pause reduced like it's not a buff. I'm not sure why it's just a change. But I guess because hit pause is what you get when you hit an opponent. So I think it's called, what's another term for it? It's like hit stun and hit leg. Yeah. I think it's also called hit leg, like the amount of leg you have after hitting the move. Because some moves have more hit leg to show, oh, you hit this enemy. What's his name? Oh, who's the creator of Smash Bros? He was talking about it on his channel. Miyamoto? No, Shaggy Miyamoto is president. Whatever, the creator, he did the whole video on it, like, yeah, create a little bit of hit leg after you hit an enemy to kind of give you that feel like you hit them. Showed a lot of different examples about that. I think that was one reason to Nick All-Star Brawl. I think that was one thing I noticed about it, like very small lack of hit leg, so it's hard to tell you were hitting. The game was just very flaily because of that. Similar to like Multi versus Beta, it was just very squirrely, very mashy at times, very dodge heavy too. Like whereas in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, you're just mashing, you know, a lot of your forward airs or whatever. Whereas in Multiverses, you're mashing dodge out of and into things all the time. So, yeah. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. The saying hit pause reduced. I guess that is why they consider it a little bit of a possible nerf, because you don't realize it's connected as much. So, although I still don't see that as much of a nerf. But anyways, air side attack now allows fast fall during attack startup. Okay. Ooh, wait, that's good. Yeah, that's gonna, ooh, because I was already using that to try to catch people. One of the tougher problems I had was trying to connect it while landing. And now that you can do that, it makes it a lot easier to get it to land with. Air up attack, momentum, air down attack, air down special. Knockback, size reduced with attack less likely to hit behind Samurai Jack. Pretty good. It's not, I don't think I did that too much with him as it was, so. Knockback enemy or downward to allow ground bounces. That's going to be even better for edge guarding. Now maintains word downward. Oh wait, this is down special in the air. Oh yeah, dude, I was getting so tilted by this when I was playing Gizmo and I'm trying to hit Jack. And he just has this tiny little hurt box I can hit on his butt cheek. Otherwise, he's hitting above, in front of, and below, and he's just punishing me while aiming the wrong direction. It's ridiculous. There's a reason I've hated Jack this season, man. He's defensively, he's just unloading hitboxes. And offensively, he's unloading hitboxes. But also defensively, he has neutral special. Knockback 8 more downward to low ground bounces. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Now maintains more downward momentum during the. Yeah, this is gonna be still a better edge guard. Like launching low like that. That's. Yeah, I would say this ground bounce is just a buff in general. At least as far as how I've been using them. I'm not top level though, so I should, you know, throw that out there. But yeah, for me, like as far as a chase thing, like yeah, this seems necessary. That's for dang sure. Okay, focus air down special. Hitbox size reduce the attacks less likely hit behind him. Hitbox active duration reduce 1 frame. Well, they didn't do that with the other one. Okay. How different was the air down special then? Wonder what the frame date is on that. Shaky! Ground side attack. Hitbox size reduced to act less likely to hit behind Shaky. Ground up attack. Knockback influence multiplier increased to... Wait, knockback influence multiplier? Increased to 1.25. Oh, when you get knocked back as the player. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, knockback influence multiplier increased to 1.25 from 1. That makes more sense. So you can now, you're less likely to get caught going straight up now and just die. Which, ooh, that's, they've kind of nerfed Shaggy quite a bit now. Where I'm starting to feel like he might start dropping off a little too fast. I thought he was pretty good where he was. At least not as bad as Jack. So yeah, the fact that Jack is mostly just got... He's kind of mostly got buffs. He's... Like, mostly his down special doesn't protect his glutes as much anymore, but like, besides that, he mostly got buffs. Basically unchanged, but he got buffs everyone else got too. On charge hitbox size, he did change that. Never mind, that's very important right there too. This possibly more than the glute protector down special. Oh. Alright, just checking a couple things. So yeah, maybe this is fine though. You know, again, I'm still trying to figure it out, but Shaggy hasn't felt like that oppressive, especially after they nerfed his ability to ring you up from the top, so... anyways, air down attack now maintains more momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. Okay. It could be pretty good. Air ground neutral special. Will now slowly fall while charging in the air. Okay, maximum rage duration reduced to 7 from 12 seconds, so you have to use it a lot more quickly. Okay. Now slowly fall while charging in the air. Yeah, I was using that to recover before with him. So... I was, I remember specifically against a Harley, last stock situation, Cromulence, I'm knocked way out to the side. And anything else taken is like, even if I make it back there from this distance, I do not feel safe getting in there. So I used both my specials to charge side special in and get me like kind of a nice armored burst out there to get back. And yeah, so now that if you slowly fall, you have to keep in mind that you're going to slowly fall. It's still useful and possibly not a nerf still. Just because if you're slowly falling, going from a mid-range area of the map to a slightly lower means they're gonna have to chase you even more. And then if you counter with your armored special, you could turn it easier possibly, like especially with like a special uppercut, something like that. And like the only person who you're not gonna be able to break out of that now is gonna be neutral special Jason, because he's the only person I can think of besides Shake that has armor in the air. He will just grab you and you'll be like, oh man, I'm sorry, and then he just yeets you into the blast zone. Air ground down special. Like, I'm sorry, man. Sandwich healing reduced to sandwich healing? Sandwich heals? Is that what the Scooby Snack things are about? Rage, or is that when he eats the sandwich in rage mode? Rage air ground side special. On whiff cancel window delayed 4 frames. Yeah, he did seem pretty safe after that. So if you would dodge it, then he would just dodge out of it to anything you're about to do. It seems like you're gonna hit someone with that side special anyway, so at least, you know, when he misses, don't just let him get off scot-free. Make him regret ever coming to this neighborhood. I don't know if all these were necessary with Shaggy. Didn't seem like he got as many momentum buffs, so he doesn't have a lot of charge moves in the air, I guess. So Steven Universe, air neutral, and that's a momentum thing. Air up attack, now less momentum. One of the few people who has less momentum. Okay. Air down attack now maintains mode. Okay. I guess it's because air up attack has that sweet spot, and he can already kind of ring out pretty well between his up special and up air. Probably why they did that. So I haven't used Steve enough, but he seems like he has a pretty high. I mean, I've used him a bit, but he has like a very high skill ceiling. So it's hard for me to have a firm grasp of where he would lie on a tier list, just because he has so much he can do. Yeah. Like, he makes platforms. He has Watermelon Boy. He has that tether with this thing. He has the shield stuff, and yeah, he has a lot of different things you can throw in different directions. So it's hard for me to know like where he would even go on a tier list if you were to like optimize a lot of it, because there is so much going on there. Stripe is a character I tend to be inconsistent with, so I don't think he's bad. I think I'm kind of bad with him quite often. Like, I definitely struggle to kind of be consistent with him. I'm using a lot of moves that I probably need to stop trying to force. I'm still trying to learn them, so that's part of the reason I'm trying to force them, but he does seem to have a bit of a simple game plan when approaching, and I think that's one of the main reasons I'm inconsistent with him, because sometimes most of the time I like characters that have more options while approaching. Stripe is a character who doesn't feel like he has nearly as many. I think that's part of the reason I'm inconsistent with him, maybe why I do like a lot of his gameplay, but I feel like at top level he just like when he's really having to struggle, he tends to just use only so many moves. So maybe that's just a me thing. But like I said, I've been trying to force things and it hasn't been working, so a lot there I need to either learn, or maybe he's just not my guy, which is fine too. Fix certain projectile clank interactions. Now maintains more momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. Okay, this is the ground neutral. Now maintains less momentum in the opposite direction. Okay, this one also fix certain projectile clank. Okay, that probably makes sense. Bet your friend the third of the bird hour of hydrate tolls for the bell from the top of your chamber door. Go through there and never more. That's a good point. My mouth is getting very dry. What I probably need to do is get a snack though. Alright, so yeah, that's just his buzzsaw. It doesn't seem like really much has happened to it, so. Air neutral attack on cooldown. I have not used this move that often. Like, whenever I go to use this move, most of the time I'm going for buzzsaw, and I have buzzsaw, and that's because buzzsaw is sometimes just hard to get out anyways, so because there's so much startup in that. It's a pretty good move, so I can see why they do that. But yeah, no, it's just I don't use the cooldown version that like ever. Hitbox after duration increased 2 frames. Damage increased from 6 to 2. Knockback increased from. I guess I better start using cooldown. This cooldown bad boy. Knockback scaling. This hot cooldown right here. Knockback angle made more downward to allow ground bounces. Now maintains more momentum. Yeah, most of us are just more momentum. Ooh. This might really help change up his approach options. This is where it's at, especially because sometimes I'll try to force in his ground jab or his up attack or down attack to kind of start things with Stripe, because a lot of his air attacks, besides like side air, is good for getting people with. Up attack, down attack, and that aren't normally like down attack's far better for like catching somebody, doing a read or something like that. Finishing up a combo, it's definitely not an approach option. I don't expect it to be. Hey, thanks for the look there, Krim. Hope you're doing well. I don't expect down attack in the air to be like a great approach option. But this might also help it to just kind of use it more as a follow-up. So a lot of times, because yeah, a lot of times it's my starters that I struggle with. Sometimes it's the follow-up, but most of the time with Stripe it's the starter. So maybe doing that with up attack would be good. We're trying to use more neutral attack too, so. Superman! Ground attacks, ground side attack 3. Hitbox size is reduced to the attacks less likely to be hit behind Superman. That's when he's doing the punches. So he does a lot of breathing. If you have everything off except for voices, you could just try going into a match with everything turned off except for the voices, which maybe I should do that while we're going through this. Probably turn off the music, but nah, we'll let the music go. Multiverses can totally demonetize. They could totally ban me from. That's probably not a great idea. The music thing is so weird in this game too. Okay. Downside attack 3. Hitbox size is reduced so the attack less than hit beyond super attack. Air side attack now maintains more momentum. Air down attack now maintains more. Air ground neutral special. That's the ice. Maximum hold time reduced to XX seconds from infinite. What is XX? Was that like a placeholder? On whiff cancel window delayed 13 frames. On whiff. Okay, this is a projectile too, I'm pretty sure. Like you can start ignite if you have that's flammable dock perk with this. Which I thought was silly. But repeat move lockout increased. Like that's a good thing to have in teams. That's scary. You should do a dragon or Harley. It's just terrifying. Like, why are we on fire? This is ice. With cancel window delayed 13 frames. Repeat move lockout increased to 20 frames from 8. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of had to do it with that. That thing was a lot. I liked using it too, but I should not have been able to use as much as I did. Now, air up special, that thing is still gross, but I don't know if you can nerf that anymore. I was using it in free-for-alls. If you want to do some up special dailies, pick Superman, go in free-for-alls, you'll get him. Just use up special, because after a while, like, they can't juggle you with everyone else at the same time. Eventually, they're gonna mess up, and then suddenly you're up specialing 3 people at once. Yeah, that's pretty good. Air ground down special. Fix issue where the eye lasers could detonate on the incorrect surface. I feel like I saw that a bit. An issue where tasty debuff stacks would increase when this is Taz, by the way. Would increase when victims were hit by their allies, their own allies. Aha. But with why? Fix certain projectile cling interactions on his ground neutral attack. Oh yeah, because he spits like soup at you. Ground down attack, movement distance increased. Nice. Okay. Air neutral attack now maintains less horizontal momentum. Now maintains more momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. Okay. Okay. I think that's good because he can fly in with that with just there's no more momentum, but forcing them to use like a dodge for it now, I'm okay with that. Air side attack, okay. Okay, that's nice. I'm not opposed to that. It's not exactly an easy move to hit with, but now it's gonna make it so scary, man, because that hits so hard. Air up attack now maintains more vertical momentum. Okay, okay. The Joker. They don't have any comments about Joker. I've heard he's busted. I'm not sure how busted. I feel like he is really good, maybe too good, but ground side attack hitbox active duration reduced 1 frame. So that's like the Joker hit by himself. Okay, so probably won't feel it so much in the attack because a lot of times, yeah, the animation might just be more inside him than anything else. Air neutral attack now maintains more momentum when executes part of the dodge attack. Air side attack now more of a dodge attack. Okay, I think it's probably fine. Air up attack, knockback reduced. Okay. No longer allows fast fall during attack recovery. Oh, but it now maintains momentum. Okay, so it's less likely you can just dodge away from them by fast falling and then jumping again and doing it. Knockback reduce I think is good, especially because like Joker's up special compared to like Harley's is just, and his Joker's up attack, his up air, and his up special all make Harley's up special look kind of crappy. So yeah, that's like one of my biggest gripes with like what they did to Velma, is then they have characters like Bugs Bunny with his bat and Joker with his crowbar and up special, and then you go back to Harley and her up special is already doesn't go anywhere. It's so tiny. I feel so bad for Harley mains, man. Hey there, I don't know if I want to pronounce that name, but that's a sick emo. How you doing? Dude, that is such a good oh, somebody's ready for today's release, which I will look up in a little bit. Hope you're doing well though. Anyways, got distracted there. Yeah, anyways, sorry to all the Velma mains out there, guys. You guys kind of got cheated a little bit with the release. Hopefully, you know, Velma will get some on cooldown stuff and some college cyber. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm not sure how you pronounce the last word. Maybe it's not what I'm thinking it is. Anyways, air down attack on whiff cancel is for Joker, right? Yeah, we're still in Joker. I got distracted. My brain don't work today. Some boards too. I was gonna say long, but it's more short. It's already noon, man. It's already 1 in the afternoon, man. This update's been out for. I get past all the technical difficulties. It's fine. Air down attack on whiff cancel window delayed 8 frames. Now maintains more momentum during attack startup. Yeah, I remember hitting with that too. He got a very low end leg, but yeah, him being able to bounce around was quite a bit. Maintaining more momentum now. That sounds fun. It's gonna be more accurate, so it sounds scary. Air neutral special. Well, I should say more accurate, but maybe a little bit easier to aim. Air neutral special now maintains more. I'm assuming that these are easier to aim because of that, but I also probably need to acknowledge that just maintaining more momentum might not be a good thing. So yeah, I could be wrong, but could be right. Air side special on startup window increase 5 frames. Yep. On with yep. Yeah, that side special is busted. He's really good for Rift 2 with it. Just keep juggling the computers. I would use him so much and largely just because of that side special, but also his upward combos are ridiculous. Whew. Now maintains more momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. No longer allows fast fall during recovery of attack. During recovery, but it maintains momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. That kind of extends it too, though. Can you still fast fall during the use of the attack? Because that would still be good. Because I've been using a lot like that, so does that make sense if they're cut off at the recovery? Like if you whiff or something in your bad position, like, well, this is your bed, now I have to lay in it. I do like playing as Joker. I think I got him up to level 10. One of the first guys I got to level 10. I do like him. Yeah, Mr. J. He Mr. J. Fixed an issue where Joker card and Spade cards can be thrown at the same time. The Spade one that has like the 3 burst, because that would make sense, but also that's funny. Would it be 3 Joker cards that explode? Oh. Fixed card not be classified as a normal projectile. Was it like a heavy projectile? Fix certain projectile clank interactions. Oh, Oh. I feel like as Gizmo, I might have tried to use my umbrella on it. It would pass through it. Jeepers, scared me. Thanks for booting on in there. Cyber. Thanks for the follow. A majority of Tom and Jerry's focus revolved around. Yeah, I already looked at all these, right? Yeah. Majority of Tom and Jerry's focus revolves around using up attack as the all or nothing attack option due to its reward for hitting, and also Tom and Jerry's lack of other safe approach tools outside of zoning. This led to gameplay in which passive play was a primary choice until you could find a hit with the up attack. Okay, I gotta read that again. I'm so tired, I'm not processing this well, so. Using up attack, which I do, that's like the pinball-y thing. Lack safe approach options outside of zoning. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Let gameplay passive, which is primary choice. Yeah, that was really good. That was, if using Tom and Jerry Doll and Rifts, that was the thing I would use a lot of. Because you're not as worried about being toxic to well, I'm not as worried about being toxic to computers. I'll still do it online a little bit. Like, if a move is working a lot, I'll test it a few times, see what they do. With this patch, we have adjusted the up attack to prevent loops into itself and resetting with jab. Up attack into, yeah, it does seem like as far as all the moves in the world that you could just combo into itself. Yeah. You know what, the repeat move lockout doesn't sound as bad sometimes. Like once you start thinking about some of the things that you can do without it. On one hand, it kind of feels bad, but on the other hand, like I was ringing out so many people with Agent Smith with up attack to up attack in the air. That did feel kind of gross, especially because it was like the main thing you could combo with. So I think I would much rather prefer strengthening up attack into something else rather than up attack into up attack. So yeah, I definitely don't hate the idea of repeat move lockout. So I'm not sure I need it in my life, but I do like the discouraging spam. Yeah, so I'm always gonna lean more towards like, yeah, sure, I'll try something different. With this patch, we have adjusted the up attack to prevent loops into itself. Okay, Jerry, fixed cork projectile, clink interaction, cork launch height, raised to better match with visuals. Okay. Whew. Ground up attack. Can no longer on hit cancel into dodge or other ground side attack while attack is active. This fixes into, yep. That makes sense. Okay, that's your bed and you have to lay in it. At least while it's active, yeah, it definitely makes sense. Ground neutral attack. On hit cancel window. Can you jump though and get into a frying pan? Because you could, if you could jump out of it and hit with frying pan, that's still a thing. So I might want to bring Tom and Jerry into the lab just to test that specifically. Ground neutral attack. Knockback. Maybe I'll try to go to the lab a little with all the characters. I won't play too much because I do need to get food. I've been reading these patch notes for 3 hours. Not very quickly, but because I've been getting on tangents. Ground neutral attack. On hit cancel window advanced head frames. Knockback go big or downward to allow ground. Dude. Alright, yeah. I like it. I like more the idea of just doing more lower angled stuff, because just doing stuff that up and away as like a launch, it's kind of boring. Straight up is, you know, more unique, but like obviously you got to add so many up attacks, but like the kind of low launching ones, I like seeing a little more of them, especially when they're not just spikes. Like the spikes are getting more their like direct down added back, which I like, and like just getting more things that can launch down in a way. So knockback angle made more downward to allow ground bounces. On hit cancel window advance 10 frames. Hitbox activation increase 1 frame. Okay, interesting. Now maintains more momentum when executed as part of a dodge attack. That's air side attack, air down, maintain more momentum as part of set. Start attack allows fast fall into attack startup. Ooh. Or fast fall during attack startup. Oh, but probably not after it's done. You still might be able to utilize that into down attack to side attack to up attack to down attack. I wonder if that still could be. Oops, sorry about my mic. Still could be a thing. Air ground neutral special. No Jerry. Fixed tennis ball projectile clank interactions. Tennis balls are now immune to damage while homing towards an ally Jerry. Immune to damage. Okay, they can still be blocked / reflected. Okay. Oh, sorry, because you can like throw one of them at an enemy and just bounces off them. It's funny. I wonder if the immune to damage thing might be so that like Jack can't grab one and suddenly throw it back at you, which would be funny. I think you should leave that in there, maybe. Maybe it's to stop people from hitting them, and then also, because they're immune to damage doesn't mean they're immune to reflect. It might be just so that enemies could hit them and then like attack cancel into things. Might be why they did that. That would make sense. So that a character hits your ball and suddenly they are stronger than they once were. They're coming at you even faster. So, like, I know that's a whole perk that Stripe gets. Why does everyone else get that? Know what I'm saying? Like, that's whole Stripe's whole biz. He has the up special on projectiles, and then he go fast. Air down special. Fix certain projectile clank interactions. That's the dynamite. Dynamite split perks can now be reflected a short duration after. Split dynamite can be reflected after they are spawned. You couldn't reflect them before? That's wild, if that's the case. Yo, Velma, we're gonna get any good new Velma stuff going? I gotta make use of her heart outfit. I actually haven't. I did like her after the last patch. She wasn't bad. She's definitely plays more like a swordy right now than a mage, in my opinion. Especially when some of her attacks don't count as projectiles, actually. Like, she has like two actual projectiles, in my opinion. One is her neutral special, which is like the speech bubbles, which are a lot of projectiles. Especially if you have a partner and they start, like, that's a lot of projectiles. It's still like one of her only projectiles. And the other one being her down special, which has like the longest cooldown on the game. Like, they call her down attack on the ground a projectile, but it doesn't actually act as a projectile. It doesn't break other projectiles. It doesn't engage the that's flammable dock perk. So it's not actually a projectile. It's more like just a big disjoint. And then also her neutral attack. I'm pretty sure it might be a projectile. I don't know if it actually is, so I'm not going to say that because they already called down attack a projectile when it's not. So, but it also acts more like a spear as a disjoint than it does a like an actual projectile. So that's why I call her more of a swordy at this point. She's just using speech bubbles as disjoints more than, you know, a sword or whatever, or a whip or what have you. Also, her flashlight is kind of a disjoint. Her idea bubble is kind of a disjoint. Like, she's just kind of a swordy. She's like a middleweight sword. You got heavyweight swordy Wonder Woman, lightweight swordy Arya, and middleweight swordy Velma. They're all females too, I just realized. Allegedly, you know. I haven't actually I mean, Arya was repeating a lot. I'm not a lady. She would tell us that a lot. So I think I should make sure to double check this before, you know. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But anyways, Velma. This is why I'm 3.5 hours in. I'm gonna take a break shortly. Velma, air neutral attack. Now it has more momentum when executing as part of a dodge attack. Air side attack. Now it has less more direction of Velma's facing during the attack. Now it has more momentum. Yeah. Air down attacks. Now allows fast fall during attack startup. Okay. So a lot of the basic momentum stuff. Air ground neutral specials. People are no longer home to the target once reflected. Okay. Fix certain projectile clank interactions for all speech bubble types. Okay, doesn't seem like a Well, selecting the splash bubbles isn't as effective now, I guess, which is probably fine. They are kind of a more oppressive side of her kit, so at least as far as I could tell. I have not played her enough, but now we need more momentum with the air side special. It's part of a dodge attack, though. A dodge attack. Fix certain projectile clank interaction with the Galva special. Okay. And then we have Wonder Woman, the last of this. So I'm going to take a quick break after this. I'll load up into the game and just check out some of this stuff. And go from there. Wonder Woman air side attack now maintains less momentum when executed after dodging off of a platform ledge to prevent a bug that was causing unintentional extreme travel speed. Yep. And more okay, she wasn't changed much. Wonder Woman feels pretty good. I can't imagine I have a lot of reason to change her right now, so that makes sense. It's just some of the momentum stuff. Like I feel like I don't want to say she's like I definitely feel like she's high tier. I don't want to say she's like needs any nerfs or anything though. Like I came across a Wonder Woman season 1 early on, and they were just overpowering me with just like a lot of mashing and rushing in and just using her disjoints and stuff, and took me like 2 stocks before I even started the fight. So but once you kind of like you're ready for her spacing and stuff too, because she's gonna be throwing that side air has good range, her neutral attack has good range. As long as you're like keeping those 2 in mind in particular, she can't necessarily get in on you without some decent amount of aiming. So and that's something I found out a bit more. I could still be wrong on a lot of this, but yeah, once I started working around that a little bit more, just kind of being more mindful of those 2 in particular, yeah, it made it a little bit easier to manage her.